All right, welcome everyone to D&D Tonight After Hours. Oh, great, thanks, Noah. Tell me that we didn't get the. Never mind. Welcome to D&D Tonight After Hours. With me are a bunch of new faces for this new episode. We get to show off a bunch of our cool people in our community. We're sponsored by Corporate Streams, and we will, gosh, we will go into them a little bit at the end of our episode here. I'd like to go ahead and introduce everyone and have them say who they are going to be playing, starting with Mr. Jonathan.
Hello, I'm Jonathan. I'm going to be playing Runic, a mountain dwarf, archer, fighter, arcane archer, yes.
Alrighty. And then we have Rachel joining us.
Hi, I'm going to be playing another mountain dwarf. It's really hard not to say hill dwarf. I get you there, Jonathan. And Micah is a barbarian.
And then Mr. Christian joining us again.
Hi, I'm playing a half-elf wild magic sorcerer named Hariel Stormcaller.
And finally, we have Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm playing a little gnome boy, and he's a rogue.
Alrighty. So we begin our adventure here in Eberron, and just to kind of give you guys an idea of those of you who are watching possibly for the first time, After Hours is a sequential episodic adventure, but if you haven't seen the last episode, don't worry about it. Each of these are almost like self-contained one-shots going on in an ongoing world. So while it will reward you to watch the entire series, you don't need to see any particular episode in order to get on right here, because this is going to be a self-contained story, although you may see these players again. After Hours is also a high risk, high reward kind of game. So the difficulty is higher, but the payout is also better. So over time, as you guys play, you will be able to get larger amounts of fortune in which you can buy magical items and other such things in the highly fantastical world of Eberron. And so we begin our adventure very far away from the city of Sharn, as we have begun in previous episodes. You all find yourselves in the Lazar Principalities, what is essentially the pirate nation of Kovir. During the last war, or at least at the end of it, the Lazar Principalities were declared by Prince Rager as a country itself. And although they are represented as a country united, they are anything but. Every single day, a person could go from being a sailor to being a prince of their own private island, or have the opportunity to lose everything in this area. The four of you are all here late at night on your way to a place called the Siren's Palace, a small bar. Bar is actually the wrong way to describe it. It's more of an exclusive club, the classier place in the Lazar Principalities located on Nine Bay Island. Each of you have received a notice and accepted a contract from House Thorani. House Thorani is an elven dragon-marked house, meaning that their line hereditarily passes on a magical symbol that allows them to have an innate control of a certain magical essence. Thorani is known for two things: entertainment and assassination. They are also known for paying very, very well. And so we joined four characters being pulled on a small raft by rope on this almost sheen glassy water. As you approach the Siren's Palace, there are ever-burning lights that are reflected brilliantly in the pool of waters around this establishment. Everything is lit up. Every single crevice and corner is bright and exciting and inviting with orange and red hues. And as you guys are serenely pulled in, you see others on small little gondolas just kind of passing by, people who are either on their way to or from the Siren's Palace. It's a sizable establishment, maybe about 50 feet by 50 feet as you guys enter in, and you can start to hear the sounds of music playing. The cord in which is pulling you only holds 4 passengers this evening. 2 mountain dwarfs, one noticeable by their luxuriously flowing, almost elven-like hair, and the other known for her incredibly red, brilliant beard. Also with them is an elf, one who could be described as shorter for an elf, but nonetheless, it's his undercut hair tied back in a very neat ponytail. You also take note of a trinket-bound, gnomish roguelike figure with bandanas covering all parts of their outfit. As you guys are pulling in, I'd like you all to make perception checks.
I got a 9.
Excellent.
I have a 19.
Also, oh.
8.
13.
Okay. So it is Hariel and Mika who are able to see a figure on the rooftops of this building. You can see sort of the oh goodness, the shingles and where it stands only moving ever so slightly, and the form of someone who is who seems to be covering themselves with an invisibility spell stands up, and you can notice through like the light distortion around that covers this entire building, and that's the only way that you take notice of them. They quickly retreat over into the roof and drop down, for even more so unseen than when you just caught the glimpse of them. As you guys are being pulled into this area, you notice that as the sound is getting louder, you can hear the sounds of like people crying out in joy or in terror as they win or lose games of chance. There is music being played and people dancing inside this area. And as you walk up, you see 2 very finely dressed guards, both bearing the mark of a shadow hound on their armband, signifying House Thorani. One speaks, although you can't tell if it's from the left or the right, and they say, "Names."
Mika?
Ariel?
Kerbal.
Do we all know each other?
You guys have all met, certainly.
Okay. I'm just gonna go up Runic.
This man pulls down his wrist and speaks something into it. And a moment later, you guys are ushered to go inside and look for the man with the white lotus on his lapel. And what an insight it is! There are games being run using dice. There is a band currently playing a slower song where people are just kind of slow dancing. You see an upper portion and a lower portion. On the lower portion, you see a fully stocked bar with 3 bartenders all pouring drinks for people. And you see a huge pit where people are betting on 2 cockatrices fighting it out. Where would you guys like to go?
Micah's not very fond of the cockatrice fight. She's very much an animal enthusiast, and that makes her very upset. So not there.
Okay.
Is there anyone around who looks kind of official?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
11.
11. Looking for someone who seems to be in charge, you see a number of noticeable guards who are keeping eyes on the tables of where the games are being played. You do not notice any like higher ranking person above anyone else or anything that would signify something like that around. Of course, talk is cheap.
Okay, I want to go up to one of the guards that are overseeing the dice games.
Okay. As you approach them, they look around, they say, "The buy-in is 150 gold pieces. The line begins back there." And you notice like 3 people just kind of looking over with drinks in hand, waiting for someone to get up from their seat.
Apologies, sir. I am not here to play. My compatriots and I are searching for a man in this building with a white lotus on his lapel.
The man looks over at you and he says, "Yeah, I think I'd seen a gentleman. I know who you're looking for. You're looking for a gentleman at the bar. Goes by the name Avane.
Can you spell that?
Ahvain."
Great. Thank you, good sir.
"Oh, it'd be my pleasure. Enjoy your stay at the Siren's Palace." He goes back to watching the game, and he points at someone and says, "Hey, re-roll that." And as you walk away, it seems to get a little bit louder, and then very, very quiet. Looking back over your shoulder, you see 2 extra guards who appeared seemingly from nowhere, dragging a man away from the table.
Right. I go back to the rest of the party and I tell them that the man is named Avane and he is at the bar. I also mentioned though that as we were coming in, I noticed that we were being watched by someone with an invisibility spell. Did anyone else notice that?
Yeah, I saw it too, but I wasn't sure if I was just seeing things.
Okay, I'm
Glad
glad
to
it
know
wasn't
somebody else
just me.
spotted it. Yeah.
How'd you spot that?
It was the way the energy of the magic interacted with the air around it. No invisibility is truly perfect. And if you look well enough, you can see where the light bends just the wrong way.
I just saw a shadow on the roof.
Runic, during this time, are you closer to the front or the back of this area?
I just stayed by the entrance. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things, making sure I know where my quote-unquote party is.
Gotcha. Keeping an eye on them. Would you mind making me another perception check?
Sure, that's going to be an 11.
11. Looking around this area, there's a lot going on. You can see that someone has very much lost a lot of money at that cockatrice fight. You can see that in the corner of the room from where Hariel just came back from, there is someone being dragged away from the table and being thrown into the water outside. You don't get much more than that, but there is a scent that kind of that you detect on your nostril, which is something of like, it smells vaguely of sandalwood. Can't quite place its actual source though. This area has a lot of people who are smoking, drinking, and there is some dancing going around. So if you've ever been in the club late at night, that hot like sweat kind of permeating the air above you, everyone nods. Okay, didn't have to go into too much detail there.
Would I know if that's like smell or is caused by like any magical effect?
Not by magical effect. Well, make an Arcana check.
It's going to be a 12.
Excellent. Knock him out of the park there, man. From what little you know about magic, you don't recall the use of a spell having a scent per se, not at least one that doesn't use components. But having heard and pairing it with the information of seeing someone invisible, you do know that invisibility only covers the senses of what you can see, not what you can hear or smell. So
Okay. I'm looking to the rest of the party. Like, so should we head to the bar?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Let's go find Avane, you said?
Avane, yeah.
Okay.
You go down the stairs and walk by all manner of people. You see shifters who are dressed immaculately, as well as some elves and gnomes discussing certain things while enjoying drinks, walking up the stairs. Everyone is dressed very, very well here. This isn't a bar. This isn't like this isn't a dive bar of any kind of sort. This is a classy establishment, and there seems to be like a dress code. And as you guys move about this area and see so many people dressed well, you also take into account that some of you are wearing leathers, bandanas. Some of you have beautiful hair just coming out of your head and not tied up in any kind of neater way. As you approach the bar itself, there is a furball who is currently like shaking something together, and a man with the signature flower that was mentioned before, elvish, dark hair, oversitting it and talking to a woman. Looks to be human with auburn hair.
I'm gonna look at the furball.
Okay.
Just very calmly ask, can I afford any of this?
He says, well, that depends. How much do you have on you?
I'm just gonna take out my little bag and count like 4 gold pieces.
He's like, I can fix you up something for this.
For all of it?
For the 4 gold you have there, yeah, absolutely. And he reaches under the bar and like pours out it pours something from a spigot, but as it pours, it looks to be like red in color.
Sure, I'll take it. I'm just gonna push on my coins.
He takes it. He's like, enjoy.
And as I'm drinking, I'm gonna look to the rest of the party. Okay, guys, I'm officially broke. so we need a job soon.
Does Ave know that we're coming? Like, is he expecting us?
Yeah, he has called you. He's a member of House Thorani, although you know that someone is expecting you from House Thorani, and you're guessing that Avane is this person.
Okay. Is the seat next to him, the seat like where the human woman isn't, is it like empty? Can I sit there?
In fact, a person just got up now, so yes.
Okay, I take the seat next to him, and I say to the Furbolg, "How much for 1 gold?" Loud enough to let Avane know that I am next to him, without interrupting his conversation.
The man takes no notice of you, and the Furbolg says, "For that, I could probably get you a lager, probably some bottom shelf stuff, but I'll pretend you paid extra for it."
That's fine.
He goes ahead and brings out a tankard and places it in front of you. The beer is cold and frothy.
I begin to drink it.
He goes ahead and he takes the gold. He kind of like knocks it against the bar a couple times. Then he like throws it into an undisclosed place underneath. You can hear the conversation that the man is having next to you. It looks like he's trying very hard to woo this girl, and by showing off impressive stuff like, "Yes, half the stake of this entire place belongs to me, believe it or not. Took me half a year to get it up and running, but I've turned it from some backwater dish town sort of nothing and put a few good ship's lumber worth into it, and now here we are." Go ahead and make an insight check.
That's a nat 20.
At 20,
Hey.
she is unimpressed.
I lean over and I go, "And I've heard he's quite well off, or so I'm hoping."
The man kind of turns to you and says, "Well, yes, I'm known pretty well around these parts for having this fine place bringing a good amount of fortune." And he kind of gives you kind of this wary look. He's like, who might you be, sir?"
"You don't remember me. You are
"I believe in you." You can do it, Christian.
Sorry, my character's a lightweight. My character's a little drunk right now.
Gotcha.
Off that 1 sip of the lager. Oh, I was on the street. My wagon was broken, and you so courteously helped repair it.
Make a deception check.
Oh man, the things I do to help out a bro. It's a 5.
It's a 5.
Yeah.
He says, "Right. Well, be that as it may, he kind of looks at you skeptically. "I would like to attend to my own company." And you see on his shoulder, it looks like the impression of 4 fingers on a hand that's not there. And he stops mid-sentence. He's like, "Oh, of course I remember you. Please, please, come with me." And he kind of stands up and he begins to lead you guys into a back room. Would everyone like to follow at this time? Is there anything else you guys would like to do in this area?
Well, they were taking care of business at the bar. I wanted to sneak around and just kind of get the lay of the land and like listen to conversations and see like what I can hear and kind of sneakily figure out what's going on in these people's lives.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
$18.
18. There it is. Alrighty. With an 18, you're able to pick up a lot of conversation. Those not currently playing games are in conversations at tables and just passing by. You hear people say, "I heard House Tharash found a huge cache of dragon shards. Those will probably fetch a pretty penny." He's like, "Why, are you in the market?" He's like, "I might be. Just need to get some capital. Maybe I can hire one of those clifftop people." Another conversation that you overhear is something related to the undead from in Shattenkar are really giving the Thrain some issues. You know, one's got to wonder how long they're going to keep running things from the monarchy kind of view. Everyone knows the Church of the Silver Flame runs it all. Like, keeping up appearances is important in more than one ways, Mason. And they're like, "Hey, we don't need to go into my personal life." Moving through that, you can hear, I hear it's right here in off one of the islands somewhere. boatload of golds. Probably the entire thing is worth upwards of 500,000 gold pieces. But good luck trying to find it. He's like, you know what? I might have some ways. And the last conversation you hear, yeah, the Wind Whisperers are looking to get another airship. If House Lyrander happens to fly too close overhead, you bet they're going to be sweet for the pickings on that one. Nice roll.
Thank you.
As we're following, I guess, Hariel, I assume he told us about where we were going.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
just
would be
gonna,
close enough to see.
yeah, I'm just gonna hit him. It's like, wagons? We use electric trains now.
Look, being a wingman is a thankless job.
You tried.
The three of you are for sure going in. Kerbal, are you also following in after hearing as much as you could hear?
Yeah, I follow in, and I also kind of make an imprint in my mind of the guys that were talking about the boatload of gold.
You got it. You go ahead and walk into this kind of back private room. You can see some curtains undrawn. It looks like this is an area for more private affairs or VIP sections, and you guys are brought into a larger back room. He says, "Oh, I apologize for all the deception. You can come out now." And behind the four of you appears a person cloaked with a dragon mark on their face. They have sharp, intense eyes. One of them orange, the other brown. Their hair is a darker black that is kind of swept back in a somewhat mohawk, but is tied off by a small ponytail as he kind of lifts his hood. He has 2 rings on his right finger for Kerbal, because you'd be looking, and a sword at his side. Looking about, he says, "I want to thank you, everyone, for answering the call for help. You can leave now." He kind of looks over to the man with the white lapel, and he kind of walks out. He says, "My name is Arvain Duthurani, and I appreciate your discretion in this matter. You don't know how safe things are." And he goes ahead and he takes out a small little what looks to be a cylinder, and pulls off like one side of it, and you can kind of hear this sparking before a small little flame goes out, and he drops. He's like, "That will keep unwanted ears off of us for a good hour. We have much to discuss. There's a job I'd like you all to consider." And he goes ahead and he sits down at a table and begins to pull out a piece of paper and unfolds it. He says, "Here's what we know so far. About a week ago, one of our service members, Dorina, met with a blonde elf, a tattoo of tongs and hammers on his left arm. That'll be important. He would be your mark. The information that House Thurani has been compiling has been ongoing for a long time, but we finally have found evidence of something. How much do you all know about the Mourning?"
Not a whole lot.
Yes. People have been looking into what happened to the Kingdom of Seer. In a single day, the entire country was overrun with a mysterious fog that has either killed or mutated everyone inside it. So immense was this power that the last war completely stopped. Goodness knows how long we're going to be back at war, but I get paid to assassinate during and outside of wars, so either way it's the same to us, until we learned of something. No one ever claimed responsibility for the Mourning. No one said that they were responsible for the atrocities committed on the country of Seer, but that didn't stop anyone from thinking, what if my country is next? We have reason to believe in intercepted messages that there is a developing superweapon being devised here at the edge of the world where no one would expect. We have corroborated evidence that test sites have been conducted on uninhabited islands. He looks very seriously into everyone's eyes here. I've seen craters 100 yards long in diameter appear on islands. And this is only the prototype. Can you imagine a cannon powerful enough to destroy an entire country? something that, if attached to an airship, would be mobile. No one country should have this power, and so House Thorani has taken it upon themselves to find the laboratory where this is being developed, and not to stop the progress, but to steal the blueprints for it. If one country has access to this kind of power, they're tyrants. If two countries have it, then it's mutually assured destruction and tentative peace.
I'm gonna finish my drink first of all.
Okay. It is a delicious cider. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna, just throw my glass like all over the place. I don't care if it shatters. Look, I'm all for assassinations. I'm all for, easy jobs. This does not seem like an easy job. So how much are we gonna get paid? And I also want one of whatever you opened.
Easily enough to acquire. We will pay you the sum of 100 platinum pieces each.
Half of it up front, right?
Make a persuasion check.
That's going to be 19.
19.
Ooh.
The elf looks you very calmly in the eye, and after a while, he just cracks a smile. I suppose you can't get very far without your own means of expensing certain what have yous to get the job done.
Well,
We can-
it's more if I die, I want to enjoy some of the money,
Very well. He goes ahead and he pulls out 5 bags, and he goes ahead and he opens up into some of them, and he places 50 gold pieces in front of each of you from one of these bags. The rest upon completion of your job. Now, all that we understand is that our target is a blonde elf and a worker at the laboratory. We do not know where the laboratory is, and he is identifiable by being blonde, a full-blooded high elf, and for a tattoo, the symbol, and he pulls out a small scratch of paper. He says, the symbol of Oratar, the god of craft, which is crossed hammers and tongs. When you find him, get the information from him however you wish, whether you need to track him, torture him, charm him, bribe him, whatever needs getting done. Find this laboratory, get inside, and steal the blueprints and return here at the Siren's Palace.
What sort of support can we expect in terms of equipment or contacts within the city?
He kind of chuckles. I don't know if you noticed this, but we've been trying to keep as many people on a need-to-know basis on this as possible. Why do you think House Thorani itself is not getting involved? If it looked as though one of the dragon-marked houses were reaching into the jar of terrible secrets and destruction, then that's going to invite a lot of unnecessary prying eyes. No, you will not have much support from House Thorani, but we could supply you with a few potions of healing. I do not imagine that security will be light. If they're developing super weapons, who knows what other kind of machinations they've devised.
Anything helps.
Everything will matter in this. We will supply each of you with 1 greater healing potion each. That should be sufficient, I imagine. But as far as people go, I can offer you only this. Tonight, we have a band coming in called the Rum Ringers. I have portraits of them, and they have canceled their appearance here, and the only ones who know about it are the staff. I can give you their identities, and those of you who are able to take on the disguise of these individuals will be able to use any stardom to assert themselves over others. If someone comes up to you wearing bandanas and other sorts of trinkets, they might question the person that they're speaking to. But if a celebrity comes up, it probably changes their perspective. The option is yours to take on the table. Whether you choose to do it this way or another, it makes no difference to me. Only the results.
And you're thinking that these blueprints are in the forest where the weapon is being devised, or on the islands?
On the islands. It's being developed out here and being tested out here. From what we gather, it's got to be somewhere close by, but we can't signify any one specific area.
And say, hypothetically, if we were to find any treasure on these islands while we were finding the blueprint, would we get to keep that?
If you're plundering secret laboratories that I already don't know about, then I don't think they're going to be missing it or reporting it stolen anytime soon. The treasure is yours to keep. The blueprints are all I care about.
Right.
So can I get one of those little pushes you opened right now, or 10
He-
minutes?
Opens up his coat and he kind of like rolls one across the table.
All right, thanks. How does it work again?
Popping off the top of it will make you immune to prying eyes, scrying, magical effects of any sort, and will also create a shield of silence within the radius of 30 feet. Within, you can hear everything. Outside, you can hear nothing.
Gotcha. Anything else that we need to know?
Only that if you get caught, that it is imperative that you not bring up House Thorani in any capacity. We are accustomed to silencing people if necessary.
Understood.
Great. Best of luck to you all. This conversation never happened. Oh, yes, Arail.
If we were all to take the identities of the band members, all four of us would have to, right? Like an all or nothing sort of deal?
Possibly, but if only one of you is able to, maybe that is the reason that they are not playing tonight. But you decided to come anyway. I'm sure that you could make something up. You're very clever, and you were hired for a very specific purpose.
I turn to everyone else and I ask, how do you feel about disguises?
I feel great.
If someone else could help me make one, that would be great.
I could help. Maybe all of you, depending how much time we have.
I won't
That's
cut
a
my
good
hair.
question, I think.
My hair is definitely off limits.
That's actually a good question there, Kerbal. How long do we have to complete this assignment?
I would like it to be done before the sun rises.
Oh, got it.
But for prep time, you have maybe an hour before he's due to come in. We would have Darina point out this individual to you, but sadly, she has been missing for some time.
Sorry to hear that.
Omelets, eggs, shrugs.
Well, we should get going though, and if we don't have a lot of time, we should find a poster or something of those rum breakers.
He goes ahead and he pulls out a small parchment with the members on it. One thing you immediately notice is that they are all on the shorter side. They consist of a dwarf, a halfling, a gnome, and and it just looks like a really short human.
I think we got this covered.
Got our work cut out for us on this one.
Yeah.
So what is the party's plan here?
How long would it take me? I have a disguise kit. How long would it take me to kind of disguise? I mean, I'd be the gnome, then what? There were two dwarves, and then like some of us, I feel like it might be pretty easy. Ish.
How long? For makeup, I'd say you could probably do it in about an hour, depending on your proficiency check.
Okay.
Does Rinnick have a beard as well?
No.
Okay, I feel like then maybe you should disguise me as the dwarf because I don't know a lot of female halflings to have beards.
I was thinking I could just get on your shoulders and we can be the human, but I guess that works too.
Why wouldn't the half elf be the human?
I was fairly certain that I would be the human.
That's
Okay, yeah.
I don't think he can get any Can you make yourself shorter?
Can I? No, I've tried.
Oh.
It didn't end well. I became a plant.
Oh.
Which I guess suppose I was shorter.
That's one way.
You can just hunch over or something. Yeah, so I guess I'll start working on that.
Okay, go ahead and make, let's see, if you're doing it to 4 people, you can make 4 separate rolls. It'll be a dexterity plus, if you're proficient in it, your proficiency bonus.
First one is 16.
Okay.
19.
Cool.
16. And 7.
Okay. So, Runic, you're trying to make him up to be the which one? The halfling, the human, the which one? Halfling, human, gnome, and dwarf.
So, gnome, Runic would be halfling, or halfling, yeah. Mika is dwarf, and then the human is
right. So, okay. For both Runic and for Mika. Sorry, I read out. I wrote it phonetically here, and then I looked at your name here, and I was like, huh.
It's Mika, either way.
Gotcha.
Mika, she doesn't mind.
Okay. For Mika and Runic, the both of them are pretty easy to disguise up as they appear in the posters. They're sort of they have a Celtic punk rock vibe, if that makes sense. So you're pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get their likeness on there, especially since it's more of a drawing of the poster and not the actual people themselves. And you're able to do the makeup as the gnome fairly well on yourself, since you're working with a canvas that you've worked with before. And then you get to Hariel, and you do your best, but the problem is that with the way you've done his hair, it's very, he's got an undercut. The person in here has like less hair to work with and has a full-on mohawk that stands up. The problem with that is that it definitely shows off elf ears, and there's not a lot of makeup that can really hide that fact. You've tried taping it back and like putting like makeup on top of that, but it does not look great. He is not an exact figure for this person.
Don't you know it's the newest fad amongst all the youth nowadays? They're really into elves. They love to dress up like elves and talk about elven culture. They call, I believe in Elvish, they call them weeaboos.
No, I knew this is where it was going to go.
Oh, gosh. No.
Goodness gracious. So it does stand. You can look at yourself in the mirror and see like you don't really match up to this person, and you can see the reason why. You also have knives available to you. I did it for just a look on Laura's face.
Could I wear a hat?
I suppose you could wear a hat that hides your ears. Sure.
Yeah. I could cut my hair. I'm not going to snip my ears.
You could probably like steal like a small wool knit cap to just hide your ears. You could stuff them under there best you can, but at the end of the day, you're a guy who's stuffing really long knife-like ears inside of a wrap. Things are going to look a little suspicious in the hat region.
With a mohawk too, right?
Oh yeah.
Look, we'll work with what we have.
Alrighty. About an hour later, you guys come out, and I'd like all of you to make perception checks.
12.
12.
7.
7.
7.
Excellent.
15.
15. Runic and Micah are able to look around and see 4 blonde elves in this establishment tonight. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you some descriptions. There is a shortly cropped-haired elf sitting alone in a booth, no one else around him, just drinking. There are 2 that are that look very similar to each other, probably even twins, that are looking over the cockatrice fight. And there is 1 more currently at a game of chance, just rolling dice.
Do any of them seem like they have like bodyguards or anything?
No, they all seem unaccompanied.
Okay.
Right off the bat, can I see anything on any of their left arms?
Uh,
I was going to say we can always go and investigate each person.
you would need to
If we
get
really
close
need
enough
to.
to see like their left arm.
Okay.
I mean, you can see people playing, but some of them have like little bands or like things tied up, as is traditional Lazar fashion. A lot of people have just unnecessary things tied up, like leather bands and bracelets and WWTD bands. Shoot, I meant S. I suck. Never mind. Which one do you want to go to?
Mika is going to head over towards the dice game.
Okay.
She wants to avoid the cockatrice fight.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Runic would head over to the dice game as well.
Okay. What about both Kerbal and Hayriel?
I'll go over to the fight.
Okay.
And you said there's one at the bar?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go to the bar.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the bar encounter first. Hayriel, you walk up to this closely cropped gentleman with. Well, to clarify, he's not at the bar. He's at the booth drinking alone.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the one you met, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You go
Is the
up
booth next to him empty?
It is not. It looks like this place is pretty packed, but he's taken up a pretty big booth for just himself. As you walk over, he kind of looks up at you for a moment, just like social wise, just looking around at people, takes a look at you, looks away.
How is... He's not at a booth at the end of the row or anything, like he's in the middle?
Yeah, he's in the middle.
Did I notice anything strange about him as I passed him or no?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. $19.
19. You look over and you do see that his shirt comes up to his elbows. As far as suspicious goes, it doesn't look as though, like, it doesn't appear as though he's waiting for anyone else, just from the way that he's just hanging out on his own here. Looks like he just grabbed a seat wherever he could.
Okay, I'm gonna take a seat across from him in his booth.
He looks up and he says, "Well, hello there."
Hail and what's up, my dude?
He like chuckles. He's like, "Not much, honestly. I thought I'd drop by and get a drink. Do we know each other?"
No, but I was going to drink alone, and it appeared you were drinking alone, and now we could be 2 friends drinking together.
That sounds fine. What are you having?
Just a simple lager.
I decided to go with one of their barreled whiskeys. It's doing fine. Just can't stand the sweeter stuff.
I understand that. I've noticed you've taken quite the large booth for yourself.
Yeah, I was supposed to be meeting friends. One by one, I received sending spells and messages telling me that they weren't going to be here. But I was already here, and I saved the booth, so I thought I'd at least finish my drink.
Quite unfortunate.
It happens.
Well, you've got me now.
That I do. To your health. What's your name?
Storm is my name.
Storm.
Yes,
Well,
my parents were not very creative when they named me.
Well, Storm, my name is Voneth.
Voneth. Nice to meet you, Vaneth.
The pleasure is mine. To you. Down at the cockatrice fight, Kerbal, you go ahead and make your way down into this area where it's essentially a pit elevated with people around, and you just see them just kind of like pecking at each other. There's a blue one and a green one currently fighting each other. It looks like they kind of circle themselves for a little bit, and then it's just like really like intense 5 seconds that are permeated with those same pauses that they kind of eye each other up. The twins are just kind of looking down. It doesn't look like they're as invested in this as other people. And as one of them looks over, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Devin Starshine!" The other twin like perks up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we thought that we thought it was canceled. Are you guys going on tonight?"
Oh, hi. From the picture of this guy, like, how would I think this person talks?
You would think that it's a bit of an Irish brogue. You'd guess.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. I mean, hi. I'm one of the. Do I know any of their names?
Nope.
Okay. You know, my lad, he wasn't feeling so hot. Too much beer from the other night, so we're not going on tonight. But how are you?
We're good. We're great. My name is Sovalis. This is my brother Uthamar Lyodon, and we came here to see your show. We traveled all the way from Thrain to try and catch it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, this is way better. We were just gonna see a show. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm so glad you're fans. My accent.
No, would it be too much to try and get just a quick autograph? I'm sorry.
Of course.
They go ahead and like the one behind him is like picking up. He's dropping. He's like, "Oh, stupid!" That's like, he's like trying not to look you in the eye. He's like, I'm a big fan of yours," and like just kind of like hands you a small book with like yellow parchment inside of it.
So nice to meet ya. And I like just like a celebrity, what I think is like a celebrity something or other that is not readable.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make an investigation check while you're over there to kind of like check out their arm.
Okay. $18.
On both of the twins' left arm, you can clearly see that there is a tattoo there, and it looks like it's the symbol for the Rum Ringers.
Oh no. Okay.
You also, with your investigation check, you're kind of looking over and you realize that they have similar haircuts to how the rest of the band kind of looks also. These guys look like they're legit fans.
Would they be like groupies if they could see this band all the time?
Yeah, they look the part of someone who really likes your music.
Awesome.
Or at least who you're pretending to be.
Yeah. Lovely meeting ya. So nice.
No, it's just for those like, "Thank you for the autograph." And, like, they begin to like talk about it excitedly, but by that point you finally get out of range and you start to hear like the telltale sign of two birds like going at each other once again. And then we go back to the table with the game of chance. Both the mountain dwarves roll up to this table. It looks like they're playing a game of high or lows. As you guys come up, there is a couple of people who've just left the table on the opposite side of the elf. You guys want to swoop on?
I look at Micah, right? Micah. It's like I don't have money. Do you want to play?
I have 60 gold now, so I don't know if that's enough.
Well, it's more than me.
Can I just go around the other side, like just kind of observe? Is there any way to see this person's arm without having to sit down and play a game at the table?
Absolutely. You can go ahead and
Okay.
circle around. First, give me like a stealth check. This is more about being nonchalant.
Okay. I don't think I'm very good at that. Oh, I'm not terrible. A 19.
Alrighty. So instead of singing out "Don't be suspicious" as you're like walking by this guy, you kind of look over and you see his arm. He does seem to have a tattoo with like a small hammer jutting from one portion of it, but the rest of his sleeve cover obscures the rest of it.
Can I? Is there anybody like walking around with drinks?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of like servers out and
Yeah.
about.
I'm just gonna like quickly like pick one up, and I'm gonna go behind.
Oh,
behind
that's
the-
I'm gonna let you slide a hand that one.
All right, it's gonna be 12.
12. You are able to grab something, not looking at it as you do. It doesn't look like she noticed, but as you bring it up, you realize it is in a coconut, it is orange, and there's a bunch of fruit coming out of it.
Okay. I'm gonna go behind the
boy.
elf, and I assume Make at this point is on the other side, right?
That's correct.
I'm just gonna look at you, kind of like nod.
She nods back.
I'm just gonna like pour down the drink.
Like on the guy.
Yeah, on the guy.
Oh,
He's like,
that's I thought he was
alrighty.
nodding because he was saying like, "Do you see it like a tattoo?" And so she's not. She doesn't pick up what's going on, and she just freezes.
As soon as I do that, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'm just gonna like grab at his like any cover that he has here, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like try and like rip it off.
As you do, he's like, what in the? Hey, that's my arm. That you ripped my. Well, I never. As you can see, he does have a tattoo symbol on his arm of the tongs and hammer. He's like, excuse me, can I get some fucking help over here? He like takes some. Someone like provides him with towels, and other people come up to start cleaning up the mess. He's like, well, you ruined a perfectly nice tunic. I hope you have some good reason for it. This cost me a day's wages.
And how much is that?
12 gold.
I'm just gonna.
Oh,
Sorry, I forgot to press space. I'm just gonna pick out 12 gold pieces and like put them on the counter.
He's like, I'll consider this asshole tax. Thank you. And he simply pockets it in his, he's like, goodness gracious.
I'm just gonna look at him like, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit drunk. I'm on my second drink.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
I'll come over here at this point to Runic and go, "Are you drunk again? I so deeply apologize for my
Why?
cousin. He gets like this when he drinks a little bit. Come on, we need to go. Let the man clean up. I'm so sorry."
I should hope so. And he continues just like wiping himself off. He goes off to like what looks to be like a lavatory. Back at the table, Ariel, you and Vanather are just talking it up and just being like, so after the whole privateering gig ended back on after the last war, I decided to just pick up sailing, taking people to and from islands.
So you're a
Let's see.
sailor.
Well, by trade, I'm a privateer, but there's not a lot of work for that unless you want to still kill people, which never really enjoyed.
Mm. What kind of islands do you visit often that people pay you to go to?
Well, if you were to take a dagger and throw it at a map of the Lazar Principalities, I've probably been to that island. I could tell you all about different areas. There was a time that I visited and I worked underneath Kolber Khan on their island. He kind of leans close. He's like, those guys are following that weird religion over in Karnath, Blood of Vol. Something about unlocking the potential of immortality in your blood. Strange.
Does
Yeah.
sound quite strange.
But I mean, I've been all over this place. I could tell you all about, let's see, Starkwood. I could tell you about Oswar, Orthos. As you get farther north, it gets a little bit harder to sail because the ice starts collecting around, and
Hmm.
better times in the season to go and check out those places.
I lean in as if very interested in his story, but as I do, I accidentally tip over my mug onto him.
Oh gosh, the primary strategy of this team short people is to just knock drinks on people. Alrighty, go ahead and make as you do so. You get close and he kind of spills, and he's like, goodness, and he kind of like pulls off and begins to like wring out some of the drink on his floor. As you look under his band, it looks like it is completely blank.
Okay. And I tell him, oh, my apologies, man. Is the drink quite strong for how cheap it is?
That's all right. If I got upset anytime I got wet, I wouldn't be a very good sailor.
I well, I apologize to him. Sorry. I stay and I chat with him a little bit more. I don't want to leave yet and make it really clear, like, oh, I've spilled this drink on you. Goodbye.
You guys continue your conversation for a bit. How are you going to excuse yourself?
If you'll excuse me, sir. As much as I've spilled drink on you, I must also spill drink into a receptacle. Could you point me to the restroom?
This is down there.
Okay.
Everyone is touching their face. They're like, oh my gosh.
I go into the restroom. Is it? Am I alone in there? Do I have like a little private stall that I can slip into?
You can. There are areas where you can make waste into a chamber pot that are sectioned off, but there are also there's just like that tray of ice that it's placed.
Oh,
out
I
in
love
some places.
that. The very European thing. We don't get that in American bars.
It looks like there's just a blonde elf in there, just relieving himself.
There's a blonde elf in here.
Well, yeah, he got spilled the drink on also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I slip into one of the stalls.
Okay, you do so.
And I quietly cast message to the other three. I tell them my dude's a bust.
All three of you hear this in your head.
Are you waiting for me to say it?
My
dude's a bust.
I'm just gonna be like, I think we found the guy.
We're able to reply?
Yeah, you are. You may reply to this message.
I'll say the same thing. You may reply to this message. Yes, he was at the Game of Chance.
Okay. I cast message again, affirming both Runic and Mika, and I head out. I tap the poor man Vanith on the back once more. Said, "I am sorry, my good sir."
Oh, Vanith is upstairs. The one that's in the bathroom with you is the guy who got those drinks spilled on by these two.
Oh. Oh God, I completely I've misunderstood everything.
Oh, I probably should have said that. I'll say he headed to the chamber pot or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay, that changes everything. I'm so sorry.
As you're exiting, you're like washing your hands just as you hear this, and you look over at the blonde elf who's like finishing up, and you just start to hear like the Kill Bill sound starts going through your head.
I look over to him. I go, "Hello."
He says, he just kind of gives you like a strange look.
And in his confusion, I say out loud while casting message to the rest of the three is, "You need to come to the bathroom right now. You need to come to the bathroom right now. You need to come to the bathroom right now." And I'm hoping that confuses him long enough for him to be like, "What?
What? We're in the bathroom, sir."
Oh yes, we are. Sorry.
I'm just gonna like rush
conniptions.
Runic, you make it into the bathroom. Everyone else following in?
I was gonna say after looking at Runic, I would follow if that was the consensus.
I heard that too. I heard, "Come to bathroom now."
You do. You arrive at the restroom. All three of you kind of crowd in, and after the three of you enter, he kind of like looks around. He's like, "Look, I don't have much gold on me. I if you're fixing to rob me, you should know. Pockets end." And he like throws what looks to be like this white powder at you guys. And he tries to make his way past you. Runic, you're the closest person to you. If you want to make a strength check to grab him, you can.
Question: What is the powder?
You don't know yet. But
do you know the effects?
Oh, you'll know in a second when I ask you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be it would be acrobatics, right? No, it would be athletics. So a 5.
5. He breaks free of your grasp as he passes on by you. Yo.
Can I try and grab him?
Absolutely.
Since I followed right behind Runic, athletics check.
Yep. I rolled for athletics and I did not do well.
16.
I got a 1.
Hey.
Ooh.
So as he seems to be tripped up by Runic, and you are able to like grab and hold on to him in like in a very quick hold. He's like, get off of me! What? He like kind of like reaches for a dagger, but it comes loose and it like falls onto the floor. He's like, what do you want? It's about that girl? I don't know anything about her.
Girl?
Are you talking about Dorina?
Like I said, I don't know. She served me drinks a few days ago. That's the last I saw of her. I said this all to the guards the last time I was here.
So you know her name?
I know it because people have been asking me where she is, and who are you? Are you what are you, guards?
No, we're the rum breakers. And rum's not the only thing we're gonna break tonight.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh Lord.
Can I assist since I'm holding him?
Yes, I will say you may have advantage on that, Mr.
Absolutely.
Mr. Stormcaller.
Oh, it was a 20 and a 19.
He looks and he's like, oh God. We just left. She was friendly. She got off of her shift. We had a little to drink, and I don't remember what happened. I don't recall.
He's gonna look at him and like, please take a seat.
He looks over at the chamber pot. He's like, are you serious?
Please.
He kind of like moves over. Currently, yeah, he like goes over and he sits on the chamber pot. He's like, look, Nine Bay is run by House Thorani. Everybody knows that, but I don't think you can arrest me for this. I can pay. I have a very promising prospect that is going to pay off very soon, and I can pay for the loss of labor.
I'm gonna look to everybody. Like, can somebody make sure that the door is locked?
I got it.
Crumble, you go over and you're able to. I could say with thieves' tools, you can also fashion a way for this thing to like be disabled, so people can't get into it from the outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the guy at the elf. I was like, I kind of wanted this to be a little bit more official, but since we have to talk here, like, we can kill you. We can.
Yes, I gathered that.
We won't if you give us information.
What do you need to know?
I'm just gonna start opening up the little potion thing.
Okay. And you, the stick lights up. There's a small spark and flash, and smoke begins to come out of it. The effect has taken place.
I'm like, look, nobody can hear us. You're just alone here with us. You give us information, we'll get you out of the city alive.
His face kind of goes white. He's like, you're not interested in the girl, are you?
I'm interested in many girls, not that one.
I wonder if Rachel is.
Or she is.
Oh, good. I was hoping. All right. He says, "What do you need to know?"
I have a pressing interjection, if you will, Runic. What we need to know is what you've just thrown in our faces.
Yeah.
Runic, do you want to respond?
The little candle thing?
Oh no,
the
the powder
dust
that he
threw,
threw at us, yeah.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, that was just some makeup."
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, go for it.
22.
22. From what it seems like, this guy is, well...
Who carries just a bunch of makeup powder in their pocket?
It's like, listen, Supposedly it's a fashion to look paler, so I just keep it in my pocket just to have in case. I didn't know how much. This is really none of your business. You're fine. You're not. It's not anything particular. He's lying to you.
Okay. Well, I am Filipino, so I do know
What
about
does
the
that
fashion.
mean?
I do know about the fashion of wanting to look paler. And I take some of the powders on my face.
Okay.
And I go boop, and I boop him on the nose with it.
Okay.
And then I grab his head and crack it into the wall behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a general. I'll just give him a point of damage. Keep it simple. He's like, oh, okay. I meet my dealer here. It's drug.
And what drug is it?
They call it moon dust. I figured it was the only thing I had on hand, and everyone now can make a Constitution saving throw.
Would this be considered poison?
I would say yes for the circumstances.
Okay, I have, and so should Rinnick, advantage against poison.
I rolled an 18.
Would it be considered magic?
It would not be considered magic.
This is a con save?
This is a con save.
Okay, excellent. 21.
Okay.
16 for me.
12. Okay, 16. Good.
18.
18. All of you feel like just a general lackadaisical feeling kind of wash over you for a moment. As soon as you feel it kind of taking place, you realize you probably didn't take too much of that essence in order to make you feel the full effects of the drug. So you've all saved on that con.
Right. Well, whatever may have happened with Darina may not have been illegal, but drugging people is.
You'd have to be able to prove that, I think.
I'm just gonna look at Harry.
I look at him.
Harry. We go for it. Finish.
I look at him and his dust-covered hand.
I'm gonna look to you, Harry. He's like, wait, give me a second. I'm gonna like drop down my bag and everything. I'm gonna look for my rings, put them on my ring hand.
Oh gosh.
Like, yeah?
Yeah.
That's the guy.
It's like, oh.
Do I have to roll to hit?
You're gonna hit him? No,
Yeah.
I'll say you can hit him in a bathroom stall where it's not possible for him to dodge. Go for it.
All right, it's just gonna be 1 point of damage.
Okay, you punch him in the face. He's like, look, are you collectors for the dealer? Or what are you?
I want to look to see if he's wearing anything shiny, or any kind of rings or anything shiny.
In fact, he has 2 gold bands on his wrist.
Cool. And he's like tied down at this point?
Not tied down, but he's on a chamber pot, flanked on either side by 2 of these laughing idiots, by both the dwarf and the elf.
I go up to him and I say, "Don't move!" And I start taking off all his shiny things and then put it on. And then I go, I'm sorry. I really like shiny things, but I feel really bad when I steal them.
This is the weirdest robbery I've ever been a part of.
Who do you work for?
I work for many Musgraven.
Do you feel bad about any of the jobs you're doing right now?
Right now, I feel bad about everything that led me to this moment.
We're not here to actually, well, I guess we have already robbed you. We just want to know about the lab that you work for. That line of work, specifically.
The lab is not far from here. It's located in an underground bunker patrolled by mechanical devices that Minnie has developed herself, as well as 2 scouts. I can take you there. As long as I can leave this place alive.
And how do we know that as soon as we get there, you're not going to call the guards?
I was going to ask about an insight check.
Oh, you can go ahead and make an insight check.
Can I assist in that?
Oh, yeah.
Have you all seen the movie Prisoners? Well, I reach into my bag and I pull out a hammer.
Oh gosh.
I rolled a.
This is gonna get real dark here, people. Welcome to After Hours.
Am I rolling that with advantage because he assisted, or?
I'll say yeah.
Okay. I was like, it's still decent. Okay, 17.
17. He's a very difficult man to read, especially with that last sentence. It says, listen, if you're worried, then I don't have to go with you. I can point out where it is, and as long as I'm allowed to leave, you can go. We haven't even made a breakthrough yet. They can't get beyond just causing big craters. Minnie's trying to up her scale quite a bit. It's not worth the paycheck if it gets me beat up in a bathroom stall on some godforsaken country. This is not why I left Zolargo.
I think that sounds agreeable. Does everybody else feel the same?
Yeah, but he'll just mark it on a map. That'll be fine.
I'm gonna take an arrow and just quickly stab him with it. Just like in and out.
Ow.
And
What?
I'm just gonna look at him with like the blood hopefully still like on the tip of the arrow. It's like, now we'll be able to find you anywhere. So don't fuck with us.
Okay, can you actually find anyone anywhere with that blood?
No.
Okay, make a deception check.
That is going to be deception for a 14.
He says, I didn't know what I was getting into. It was just an easy job. Tonight never happened. If you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
Like, is there any way you can get out of the city safe?
Oh, I can certainly try.
You should.
Will. He goes ahead and takes a small piece of he takes like a napkin from one of the tables and writes you out like a quick little area as to where you can find this bunker on 9 Bay Island. Says, this is what you're looking for. Am I free to go?
I'm just gonna look around. Kerbal, anything else you want to take from this guy?
She took my gold bands.
Just the gold
I'm
bands.
sorry about that.
Then would you want to give them back? They're pretty expensive.
I feel really bad, but also they're very shiny. Do you have anything else that's shinier?
No.
Fine, take one. Okay, bye.
He takes one. He's like, that actually worked out better for me. And like puts it on his arm again.
Is there anything you're leaving out?
There are a homunculi ran by an artificer in an underground bunker, patrolled by 2 scouts on the surface. The weapon is functional, but not to the degree that everyone wants it to be yet. Nope, that's pretty much it.
Got it.
I'm just gonna look to everybody. Like, is everybody okay with him leaving?
Yeah.
So long as this conversation didn't happen.
This conversation never happened. And he looks over at Runic, who has a bit of his blood still in the air. He's like, and even if it did, I would never talk about it to anyone that I know.
Good.
I'm satisfied.
Yes, I am as well.
And the whole little potion that I got from the guy, the no scrying and the shield of silence, it already got consumed, right?
Yeah. Alrighty. He goes ahead and he leaves and this place for good. Oh, yeah.
Before he leaves,
Yeah.
I tell him, you should quit the moon sugar, buddy.
Yeah. You're not my mom. Leaves. Alrighty. Do you guys want to do anything else inside the Siren's Palace?
I think make us good.
I think if anything, we should get supplies and then head out. What time of day is it?
Night. It's about 10 o'clock in the evening.
Never mind.
Alrighty. Then are you guys just gonna follow this map over to where this area is? Okay. I need one person to make a survival check.
Who has the best?
I do.
I got elven eyes.
I've got a plus. How do you have Elven? Huh?
I know.
I've got a plus 3 to survival.
You broke Christian with that. Damn that weave, though. Damn.
I would like to make a perception check to see if Rinnick is part elf.
Go for it.
It's just the hair.
It's just the hair. It's a weave. It's like
I
imported.
rolled a 2.
He might be. That hair is pretty luxurious.
Make us convinced.
On our way out, like while we're leaving, can I quickly scribble like on a piece of paper? I want to write a message to my best friend from home, Toggle, who we grew up and like trained each other as spies, and we stole shiny things from old ladies together, but like we keep in touch and we help each other out. So I just want to write to him and be like, "Hi Toggle, I'm on this mission. I was wondering if you know anything about a bunker and a plan and some blueprints, and if you know anything, let me know. Thanks, bud. Bye." And then I'm able to find local messengers really fast that are in that are other thieves, and like give it to them and potentially get an answer somewhat fast from the underground thief network.
Gotcha. Okay. What is your background? That's wild. Is it just criminal or?
It's criminal spy. Yeah, I have a reliable, trustworthy contact.
Alrighty. You get it to your guy Benny, who's going to get it over to Toggle. The network is somewhat. It isn't a particularly reliable one this far out northeast, but you don't know when it will come or what form it will take. But the message has been sent out. The call has been. Dang it! How do I make this a Lord of the Rings joke?
The beacon has been lit.
The beacon's been lit. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before we arrive at this area?
I want to put my rings away.
Okay, you put your rings away.
I also want to potentially tie up my hair.
Okay, potentially, or are you
Potentially.
Wait. Okay, are you actually tying up your hair?
Yeah, like up, like literally just up.
When your hair is tied up, you will have to make straight rolls instead of ones with advantage anytime you try to charm someone using the hair. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. That's a lie, guys. We did not make that before. We did not give him magic hair.
I was like, this is some Rapunzel shit.
Alrighty. You guys venture out. Who's making the wisdom save or the survival check?
I did. It was a 14.
14. About a half hour later, you guys are able to follow this map roughly to an area where you see two people with longbows just kind of hanging out. No lights kind of surround them. There appears to be it's kind of just covered in sand, but there is a small door that is built into the ground. And it looks like they're just kind of passing the time, just talking, looks like.
Do we all see them?
Oh yeah, you're about 60 feet away, and there's enough like of the actual like their buildings still around. 60 feet away, it's these two people around what looks to be like an enclosure, like a small door.
Are there any nearby alleyways?
You are in one.
Is there a different one?
Yes, you can go into a different alleyway if you need to.
I cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Into the other alleyway.
Okay.
And it is the sound of a very loud and scared crying baby.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Ooh. It's a 1.
Cool, I got a 17. So the sound is heard, and someone like hears it, like kind of look to each other, And one begins to go off there, and then it looks like one of the scouts say to the other one, like, "Hey, don't worry about it. It's none of our business. It's probably just some lady who can't get her kid to sleep." And he comes back to where that door is.
I turn to my party. Wow, these guys are assholes.
Isn't that kind of what we expected?
Is there any way we can? Do you guys see anybody else? Is it just two of them?
I only saw two of them.
Do you think we can take them out quickly, fast?
We could do it quickly, but can we do it quietly?
Everything's quiet if you roll good initiative.
How far are we from there?
60 feet.
I mean, I have javelins that I could try and throw from afar, but I do my work best when I'm close up, so I don't know how great of stealth I would be.
Guys, I want to try something. It might not work. So it's good to have a backup plan.
I am 100% behind this plan.
But I'll be right back. And I want to try and like stealth a little closer and get behind some cover so they don't see me.
Well, that'll be a stealth check.
So I'll first do that. Yes.
Don't be suspicious.
Good.
Don't be suspicious.
24.
Okay. I get 2 guards. And 24, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. You get low. You're able to kind of move in the darkness pretty easily, and you've had some practice like sneaking up on people before. It's a lot of like moving from barrel to crate to bush nearby. And I'd say at this point you're about maybe 15 feet away from one of them.
Okay. So I have all of these. I'm a tinker. So, and my whole thing is I've made all these weird traps and things to annoy my elderly next door neighbors. And that's how I became so good at what I do.
Dear God.
So,
okay. I'm following.
I have these little tiny clockwork devices and I want to chuck them out there and like potentially, if they're allowed to do this, have them like move around and like distract that, like create a diversion.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make a general deception check for me.
Okay.
You can make a performance if you'd prefer.
Oh God. Well, I'll go with deception. It's gonna be an 8.
An 8. Okay, Runic, what did you? I saw your hand up for a second there.
I'm just gonna, as soon as Kerbal leaves, I'm gonna look to everybody like, does he do this often? Do you guys? Why?
Look, I met them the same time you did.
As you see Kerbal move, like you can kind of admire how light on his feet he is, and how the guards never even like look over to see them. And then you see like a couple of pair of hands coming up from the this little reef of tall grass, like twist something and throw it. And at first you think it's explosive, and then it like hits the sand, and the mechanisms that move are sticking out of the sand going, and like both of the scouts kind of look over at this thing. They're like, what is that? And like one of them even like knocks an arrow back. He comes up with a short sword. He kind of like goes over to it, takes it out. He's like, he like picks it up. He's like, where did this come from? He's going to go ahead and make a perception check. That's not detect. It looks like Kerbal at this time. But he goes ahead and he takes out like an arrow and knocks it back. He's like, all right, you can hear me. Best not be messing around. Go on. Come on out. We're not going to hurt you. Kerbal, are you staying where you're at?
Oh God. So I run out.
Okay.
I run out and I start crying. I go, I can't find my mom. I can't find my mom. And I start chucking more of the clockwork devices.
And that's where we're going to take intermission. All right. We're going to go on a brief break and deal with that in like 10 seconds. We're going on break for about 15 minutes. I have 31 on my clock, so we'll be back at 46. Go ahead and mute your mics and mute your videos. I can hear you laughing, even though I can't hear you laughing. Go ahead and mute your mics and your videos, and we'll be back in just a bit. All righty, welcome back, everybody. The last, you guys threw me with that. The last thing that we all did before we got into this, you guys traveled back to the base, and immediately Kerbal snuck up through a noisemaker, and upon them like investigating it, the scouts were beholden to the sight of a gnome boy coming out of a bush and throwing noisemakers around, all while screaming, I can't find my mom. Party, you see all of this. All of you are 60 feet away, and I would like initiative rolls from everybody.
It's gonna be 14 for me. Wait, no, you.
25 to 20. 19 to 15. Guys. Okay. Also, go ahead and disable the mute things. I'd rather hear everyone's freaking out.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Excellent.
14 to 10.
14.
14 as well.
Hey.
13.
Yeah.
Wow. We're all
Wow.
up in it.
I rolled a 14.
Oh, man.
Wow.
We're
All
all
right.
I was
everyone
one
here,
off.
including the enemies, share the same brain cell.
Dexterity.
It's just one brain cell.
All right. Jonathan and Christian both rolled 14s if I was keeping track of that correctly.
Yes.
What are the dexterities of you both?
14.
15.
Your modifier. Oh, 14 to 15? Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. I'm going to have Runic, then Hariel, the scouts at that point. And then, okay, then it was both of you had 13s, right?
I had 13, yes.
Cool. And Kerbal, you had 13?
13,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what's your dexterity modifier?
Dex is 16, modifier is +3.
Mine is only +2.
Boom. Kerbal will go after the scouts, and we will tie up everything in a depot with Mika.
It's like the scene in the show when like the protags open a door and all the enemies are there and everyone gets like ready at the same time.
It's just-
We just closed the door back again. It's like, are you guys ready? Open it.
Alrighty. Top of the round, we have Runic. Runic, you are 60 feet away from the first enemy. By the way, right here, actually, let's go ahead and flip that to 3. So this right here is Kerbal. May not look like it because it's a box, but that's okay. That's where you are at initiative. So, Runic, you're not featured here because you're 60 feet away. You can choose to run up with all of your movement and a dash action, or you can fire from where you're at. On deck is Hariel. Know what you want to do?
I'm gonna get out of I guess, like quote unquote stealth. And I was like, I'm just gonna be with my bow out and everything's like, oh, you guys found him, and then I'm just gonna swing an arrow to the nearest person I can see.
Okay, so you come out of stealth. Are you walking up 30 feet, or are you staying where you're at?
I'm walking up 25 feet.
25 feet. Okay. Gonna make a note of that. Cool.
and then I'm just gonna shoot whoever is closest to me.
Go for it, girl. Do it.
That's going to be an 18 to hit.
18 absolutely will hit. Holy crap. What's the damage?
Going to be a total amount of 4 damage.
4 damage. Proud of you. Okay, you go ahead and you loose an arrow and you strike into the stomach of this guy who's just kind of standing up, be like, what the oh, like breaks it off. He's like, get him. Bonus action.
Nothing for this round.
Excellent. Hariel, what do you want to do? You're 60 feet away.
I want to move up, so I'm adjacent with Runic. I'm on his right.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor, and that's going to be it for my turn.
Cool. First scout's going to go. So the noticeable person to hit would be Runic. So let's go ahead and try to hit him. Alrighty. So with a longbow, that's going to be 15. Does that hit?
15 does hit.
Girl. All right. Where's my D8? Here we go. That is 4 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
From the first guard. Scout's got 2 range attacks. Go ahead and do the same thing. That one is going to be 8. I'm guessing that does not hit.
No.
Fires 2 quick shots at you. Only one of them manages to graze by your arm. The second one's going to go ahead and take aim at the sorcerer. That'll be 9 to hit, so I'm guessing that doesn't. Fine. Second attack. 18.
Yeah, that does.
Cool. That's going to be 8 points of damage.
8?
8.
Okay.
It strikes right into the side of your pelvis, hitting the bone and causing the guy shock to your system that reaches all the way down to your knee. They are going to go ahead and move. Let's see here. 15. Going to be on this side and this side. So they can do a melee attack if they need to out their rogue. Which, by the way, Kerbal, oh my gosh, it's your turn.
Hey. I'm going to go up to the... Oh, they're both next to me right now?
Yes, they are. Went ahead to move.
The one to my right.
Okay.
I'm going to dagger and then do another offhand dagger attack.
Do it.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Double the face of your dice and add the modifier.
Awesome. And then... So the first is 8.
8 points of damage. Oh my gosh.
And
Alrighty.
Offhand attack, I don't think it hits. It's 12.
Just barely misses. So as you're throwing these noisemakers, you go ahead and reach behind, grab your daggers out, and you straight up stab into the gut of this guy next to you. He's like, oh my gosh. And as you try to stab the other one, he blocks it with his other arm, just kind of pushing it away. Nice palpable hit on my dude there, though. Do you want to move? You want to run? Do you want to flee? You can always flee.
Can I hold on to my cunning action, bonus action?
You're going to hold an action. I don't know you can hold a bonus action. You can do disengage right now and run away if you'd like.
There's nothing that I could hide, is there?
Currently, no. It looks, if you can make it, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Even your farthest movement wouldn't put you behind anything to obscure yourself with.
Okay. I'll stay engaged for now.
Sounds good. Next up, we have Mika.
All right. I only have a movement of 25 feet. How close can I?
Well, you can get 25. Yeah. You can get right up to where Runic and Hariel are at.
Would I be able to see the guards from there?
Oh, yeah.
To throw a javelin? Okay, then I'll
100%.
Move up as far as I can.
Cool. Noted.
And I will throw a javelin at the one that Kerbal stabbed with a dagger in the gut.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make that attack. Runic, you're on deck.
Not very good. 13?
13 does hit, just barely.
Oh, excellent. It's only 1d6 plus 3. 5 damage.
Holy crap!
And that's 1 javelin down.
as this guy's like touching his wound, a javelin enters into his thigh, like Ace Ventura style. As it just, he's like, ah. Bonus action or movement?
I should have raged first.
Eh.
I'll rage now. Bonus action rage.
Okay, you rage. That's your movement. That's your action. That's your bonus action. We go to
Yes.
Runik's turn. Runik, what's the plan?
I'm gonna move up an extra 25 feet.
Okay, you are now 10 feet away from the closest guard.
And I'm just gonna take out another arrow and just try and shoot him.
Go for it. Same one as last time?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
that's going to be 23.
Okay, I think that hits.
You think so? That's gonna be 7 points of damage.
Okay. You strike into this guy a second time. This one pierces into the upper chest as it pierces through his leather armor. Neither of the boys are looking great right now, but both are still standing. Bonus action or movement?
No, not right now.
Alrighty. Hey, Riel, it's your go.
Am I allowed to occupy the same space as Kerbal?
Yes, as long as you don't end your turn there.
Okay. How far am I from Kerbal?
35 feet.
35 feet?
Actually, 30 feet.
30 feet. Like 30 feet to be in the same space?
Correct.
All right. If I'm in the same space as an ally and I cast Thunder Wave, are they affected by it?
No, because it is centered on you, and you are a medium-sized creature, and Kerbal is a small creature.
Nice. I'm going to run up to Kerbal's space and I cast Thunder Wave.
Yeah, have you been waiting to make that joke?
What joke?
Kerbal's
What
space
joke?
program? Really? Nobody?
No, that
Okay.
wasn't a joke, but it can be if you want it to be.
I'm a little disappointed. I make con saves, I think.
Yes, you do. You make con saves and you have to meter beat 13.
Orange is number 1. Okay. Con save. That's going to be a 6 for number 1, and that's going to be a 16 for number 2.
Okay. So number 2 gets moved 15 feet. No, it gets moved 10 feet. My bad. I believe.
Okay.
7. So number 2 takes 14 damage and number 1 takes 7 damage.
Okay. What are the details of their demise? Because that's going to kill them both.
So I stand over Kerbal and you see me blast both my arms out, and very briefly the fronts of their bodies are still there, but the backs are blown out as I accidentally put too much energy into it trying to protect Kerbal, and it kind of just eviscerates them, like blown out. And from the front they look completely fine. You just don't. It'll be an open casket funeral if they're on their back.
Oh.
And I go, oh, oops. Ooh.
Oops, Christian, holy shit. You blew the backs off of them. You punched their butt off with sound.
My idea was like, oh, one of them's gonna move away. Kerbal gets an attack of opportunity, all that good stuff. No.
Yeah, most of them moved away, just not all of them. There's a good 10 feet of just viscera straight out between where this guy's front began and where the rest of it ends. The other guy is also blasted back in a similar fashion. The sand is red from this, and everyone's just kind of looking. Everyone in the party has this horrified expression on their face. Kerbal, you look up and you don't understand what's wrong at first, and then you get like slightly a better view, and you're like, "Holy crap!" Bonus action. No. You guys have disposed of the two scouts. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Is anyone looting them?
Oh.
Boom, there it is. Okay, longbow, several arrows, a short sword, that's about it. Oh, and a whistle.
Ooh, that's bad.
Everyone's like, standard stuff. Yes. Mr. Mika, muted?
I was like, hold on, I muted my mic. Can I recover my javelin?
Absolutely, you can. It's pretty easy to, because it's not holding on to much meat anymore. Look, you picked the barbarian lifestyle. Christian, that was like the most glory kill thing I've ever seen a sorcerer do.
Look, I didn't study magic, okay? It just kind of came to me one day.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna need you to roll D20 real quick.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Let's go. It's a 9.
I figured. We would have had to retcon a few things if you roll a 1, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I know it's nighttime, but how far into the night?
It's currently 11 p.m.
11 p.m.
So if we took a rest, we'd only have 6 hours. 6 hours is a long time.
Yeah, it should be enough.
It's a long time.
Good, yeah. No one has any healing spells.
Okay.
We just have the healing potions.
I elect to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could always share healing potions too to save time, but
That's also true.
probably have enough time.
Yeah. Potions you got were injections.
All right.
I actually should have another healing potion.
You do. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. You never
It
ended
would
up
be a
using it.
common one. I don't know if you would like to use that.
Oh, if
Well,
you guys
I have two. One of them is greater, the one that we got from earlier today, and then one that I got in other ways.
if you don't mind sharing it with me, then yeah, we can just proceed on from here.
Sure, it's gonna be a common.
All right.
So it's gonna be 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Are you rolling it or me? Are you pouring it into my mouth or am I drinking it?
I'm giving it to you.
You give it to me? Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has to pour it into your mouth. It's coming from his inventory.
Like new airplane.
It's got to be done as
Oh my
sensually
God.
as possible.
New airship.
I'm collapsed on the ground on my knees from the power of that spell. This is now a slash fic.
Gosh.
4, 6. Okay. Thank you.
Went from weeaboos to slash fic.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll make the full metamorphosis into something.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark that down.
All right, I am looking good to go then. Thank you
Excellent.
very much.
My walloping arrows.
That's right. Okay, so before you stands a door. Easily found by Kerbal is a key to the lock on the front of this that you can easily use to access.
Cool. Let's go.
Alrighty. Okay, what's the marching order here?
Before we go in, I'm gonna look at Harry's. Like, are you okay to keep going forward?
I snap my fingers and there's a little spark of flame and I go, yep, everything seems fine.
Okay.
Roll D20. No, I'm kidding.
Maka's not very squishy and is very protective by nature, so I feel like she would be one of the people in front, if not the one. Unless, do we want Kerbal? Would you like to go in front because you're very sneaky?
Yeah, I
Or-
can like stealth in front and kind of like make sure there's no like start checking for traps and other like people and stuff. I'll do that.
I'll be right behind.
Did I roll
Alright.
stealth?
Yeah, absolutely, you should.
And then I'd go before Harry.
And I'll keep going.
All right, so we have Kerbal is going in first. I believe-
26 for stealth.
yeah.
Oh.
Gosh. And then we have, yep, that's about right. Okay, so I'll go ahead and actualize everything that happens here and try to keep my foot out of the shot. Just like creep in every once in a while. Okay, Kerbal, you're able to walk. You guys unlock the door and open in, and you're able to kind of sneak down there, looking around. What you immediately see from your position of stealth, you can see two mechanical dogs that seem to be patrolling this area every so often. There only seem to be two of them, but they are definitely their red eyes kind of like survey an area, and then they move again. So you have this information. You can proceed, or you can go back.
If I can, whatever information I get, I will like kind of like go back to them and report and see what they want to do.
Okay. So you return back to your party on the surface.
Guys, there's 2 guards patrolling. Should I keep going and start attacking them, or should we do it together? What should we do?
Are they patrolling? Well, did you see if they're patrolling in a way where we can move around them as they patrol? Or do they have everything covered at all times?
There's 2 of them, and they're kind of just going back and forth.
Okay.
Is there any way we can like bring him out?
Bring who out?
The guards?
I don't know. That might be complicated. We could just kill him.
You seem very keen on killing them.
A little bit.
Look, I mean, it went well 5 minutes ago.
I look back at all the viscera behind me. Well is a word that can be used.
I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm down to kill.
If somebody can lure them outside, I could stand by the door and whack them with my axe as they come out.
Oh, yeah, we could just try to knock them out. I've got a shovel.
I mean, I don't know if I could go in there and make noise and try to get them to come out here.
Oh, I should also clarify. These things look like wolves. They look like metallic dogs with spikes on their backs and glowing red eyes. I think I said Iron Defender, thinking everyone would know what it immediately is.
Homunculus.
I realized, yeah, they're homunculi.
See, I'm over here thinking
These are
it's
not-
an actual guard.
Yes,
These are not like real animals in any way, are they?
they are machines, constructs.
Okay.
They're also
I
not.
think we're about to have a problem.
Because I was like, oh no, I was like, if I could talk to them, because I can. I took Path of the Totem Warrior, and my totem animal is a wolf, so I didn't know if there was any way, but I highly doubt it.
Negative. The only thing they have in common with a wolf is their shape.
She has no problem with killing robot dogs. Real dogs, we'd have a problem.
Reloads axe. Shell comes out.
So are we just gonna rush it?
Yeah, let's bum rush them.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I can hit stuff real good.
All right. So what is the plan?
Where?
Should we stealth and then attack?
We could
Yeah.
try that. Sure.
I'll sneak and try and go first and sneak attack him.
Okay. Go ahead and reroll your stealth.
Cool.
I believe in you, Laura.
Haha.
You can do it.
25.
Okay. You notice this defender moving across just as you kind of sneak down. You can approach it from its backside and strike it pretty easily if you wish to do so.
Cool. I'll do that sneak attack and then do like dagger with offhand 2-weapon fighting.
Go get it, Vax.
Okay.
You have advantage on this attack as you're striking from stealth, and you have sneak attack engaged because you're doing it with advantage. No.
22.
Sorry, hang on a second. There we go. 22 will absolutely hit. What's the damage?
Sneak attack. Sneak attack.
14.
14. Jeez. Alrighty. Everyone go ahead and re-roll your initiative. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. 25 to 20.
Me.
Oh no, we lost Rachel. Nope, there she is.
Sorry, I don't know what I touched.
What'd you get, Hariel?
22.
Cool.
Oh, I kind of like the new camera setup with the map in the middle.
Thank you.
That you didn't do anything about it, but you're welcome.
Oh yeah, that was by accident. That was back in the headquarters. He's like, oh no. Okay. Let's see. Alrighty, I gotta do this correctly. Otherwise, we're all gonna be duped. Cool. Alrighty. 19 to 15.
16.
Alrighty.
18.
Okay, rewriting Runic instead of Kerbal. Okay, then Kerbal. That just puts the barbarian in last again. It puts Mika at the bottom.
I got a 12.
You did so good on that 12.
True barbarian fashion.
Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and reset everything real quick here. So, Kerbal, you are still number 3, oddly. Runic, no. Kerbal is number 2 now. Riel, you're going to be. Whoa. Yeah. No. There we go. This is you. Runic, you're going to be number 2. And number 4. Wait a minute. What the heck just happened here? Hariel. Runic. Kerbal is 3, like I said. Dang it, grab him. And nothing changes for Mika. Okay. So first up is Hariel.
All right. How much of my movement to get onto the stairs? 15?
5, 10, 15, yeah.
All right. I'd like to get onto the stairs.
Done deal.
And cast Firebolt on that dog.
Sounds cool. Lay it on me.
The nat 20 again. The dice said, just fuck your monsters.
Just roll your d10, you piece of shit.
Oh God, which of these? There we go. That is a 5, so 10.
10 points of damage. And which one are you hitting? Oh, this one right here. Duh. Okay. So as Kerbal, you move up behind it, and wait a minute, you did a sneak attack.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's one attack. You want to do an offhand attack, right? You said dagger.
Yes. Can I
Okay.
start it?
Yes. And it'll be cool how we framed this up because I forgot.
16, 21.
21. That'll hit and damage.
2.
So close. Alrighty, so Kerbal, you kind of sneak up from behind and you strike into this thing's center core area. You kind of hear this kind of like a bunch of gears grinding against each other. As you remove it, a string of what looks like a flash of lightning, but explodes into tremendous heat that you can feel on your face, comes from Hariel as it comes down the stairs. Taking the other dagger in your hand, you go ahead and strike right down into its spine between 2 spikes and kind of dig around a little bit as this thing's eyes kind of blare red. It is now its turn, unless Hariel has a bonus action you would like to make.
Is that room right in front of us like open?
It is.
Can I not dash? Can I go into it 15 feet?
Absolutely. 5, 10, 15.
All right.
Now you can thunder wave everyone you like and not hurt anyone now.
All right, now on my turn.
Great. The Iron Defender will now go. It's going to go ahead and hit. Let's go ahead and hit the Rogue because that hurt. It's a 10.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah, I figured. Stupid friggin'. Okay, so it opens up its jaws and tries to bite back at you. You being a quick, nimble gnome boy, it kind of dodge back just in time to hear the conk of the metal on metal. The other defender is going to go ahead and move up here. 5, 10. Whoa. Ooh. 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to see the direct. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit the rogue again. I'd like to go after the sorcerer, but truth is that he's probably obscured from view. Hey, that's a 21 to hit.
For me again?
Yup.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
All right, first, let's go ahead and do this in order. You take 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
It's not against magic, correct?
Correct.
15.
Okay, you are not grappled by it, only by 2, and you do not take that extra piercing damage. So it's only able to get like the kind of the extra bits of skin right here, and it takes a sizable chunk out, but it does not hold on to you. And that is the end of the defender's turn. Actually, it's going to probably look around and perceive the sorcerer, and it'll go ahead and move into this room. Now you're trapped in here with me. All right, next up we have Runic.
All right, I am going to go down to the stairs, all the way 15 feet, I guess. Seeing this, I'm gonna take out just an arrow. I'm gonna shoot the first thing that I see coming down the stairs will be the one in front of Hariel.
Yes.
So I'm shoot that one.
Go for it.
That's going to be 22.
That'll hit. Damage.
Be a grand total of 8 points of damage.
Cool. All right. Taking the opportunity, you strike an arrow into the backside of this creature, and it hits one of the hindquarters and kind of like stops the movement of the metal on metal, kind of like shifting the leg a little bit.
And then quickly, I'm gonna turn to the left towards Kerbal, and I'm just gonna action search for another arrow on the one that is attacking him.
Okay.
And that's going to.
Nope. Yeah, you're both kind of the. Nah, the gnome boy would be shorter than you. Go ahead and hit.
That's going to be 26.
Yeah, it'll hit.
That's going to be a 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Then I action searched.
Taking the second arrow, you fire into this creature, and it digs right into the opening that was created by Kerbal with the knife wound. And as it strikes into it, Kerbal, you can see the eyes of this, the glowing red eyes of this Iron Defender just kind of open up its jaw again and then just go out slowly and just fall on its side. That back. And
that's going to be the end of my turn.
And the last we have Mika.
All right, she is going to move in to attack the one that is attacking the mage.
Oh, you got it.
She is going to first bonus action rage.
Yes.
And then going to attack with her great axe.
Alrighty.
Ooh. So 19 plus 5, so 24.
24 to hit. Go ahead and roll again to see if you crit. You're flanking.
Oh, because I didn't. No, it was worse.
Okay.
Not terrible, but worse.
Well, go ahead and do your damage.
It is 1d12 plus 3. 10 damage plus, I don't know what raging.
Gives you additional +2, I think, at this level.
I think so.
Oh, it says right here.
Hey.
Yes, +2 melee damage. So 12 damage total.
Excellent. So you go ahead and flying into your rage, you, mountain dwarf, go past your brilliantly red beard, echoing the color of your eyes as you fly into this rage. You swing hard into the side of this animal, clip it on its side, and dig your axe deep into its metal frame. That's all of your movement, your action, and your bonus action. I'm going to say that It's back to Hariel's turn. Hariel, you are staring down the business end of the Iron Defender. What do you want to do?
I'm going to reach out tentatively like, oh, good dog. Like, I'm going to try to pet it. Like, please don't hurt me. It is made of metal, right?
Yep. Oh,
I cast Shocking Grasp. And that's advantage, right?
I don't know does it get advantage for being metal? Is that where that's coming from?
It says if the target is wearing armor made of metal.
And while I'm raging, my friends have advantage on melee. Oh, is this a melee attack?
It's a melee spell attack.
My friends have advantage on melee attacks against any creature within 5 feet that is hostile to me.
Since it does not give you whether or not it is a melee spell or melee weapon, you will have advantage on this attack regardless.
All right.
And yeah, it's made out of metal, so you'd have it either way. It doesn't stack. Don't roll 3 dice,
advantage.
just roll 2. There's no such thing as double advantage.
I would hope not. That'd be weird.
Those of you watching at home, do not believe in the heresy of double advantage.
If I ever carry 3 d20s around, you have to beat me up for being a nerd. Anyways, it was a 16.
16 will hit, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wait,
Okay.
16? 16 will not hit.
Somebody.
16 will not hit?
No, will not.
Oh,
You had advantage and you still missed?
that's so wild. Well, and I pet the doggy. And I look very panically at whoever I can see outside the door.
It's actually that you just don't make connection with the dog. It just kind of
It's
like
me.
it gets close out of the way, and you just see him just go wide with his swipe.
Okay, that will end my turn.
Excellent. I love a dinner that just stays where it's at. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and make an attack roll. Yeah, let's do it. I'm
Okay.
excited. You're excited?
No.
I critically failed.
Woohoo!
I have to pick that up.
God.
You drop.
The dog and I
Oh my
attempt to pet
gosh.
each other, but we miss.
It like cocks its head to the side.
Sorry.
I don't like where this is going. I'm flanked. I at least don't want to be flanked. I will take the attack of opportunity from the barbarian to move out of the way.
I
So-
will go ahead and make. Oh wait. Yeah.
Yeah, go. Go for it. I love everyone in this corridor.
21.
That'll hit. Damage?
Excellent. I don't add my rage damage for this, right?
No, you do.
Because
You
it's
are
not my-
raging.
Okay. That's true.
You are filled with so much unchecked aggression.
Ah, it is only 9 points of damage.
As it's running away, you go ahead and you clip just the side of its leg, and you actually take off that metal bit, and it kind of just moves a little bit forward towards this corner, just kind of surveying everything. You see its eyes kind of like blink for a moment, and you can hear like noises down the hall from the perspective of Kerbal. People are like speaking, and like it sounds like there's footsteps moving very fast. And you hit the dog. Well done. Next up, we have Runic.
Oh boy.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna step into the room a little bit, like trying to like push my way. I was like, is it still alive? And then seeing that it's still in fact alive, I'm gonna try and shoot an arrow into it.
Go for it.
And that's going to be 13.
13 does not hit. Arrow goes right over the top of this area into the wall.
Could I use my arcane shot for that? It doesn't doesn't say that I can't do it after the roll. I just
No,
have to
it
shoot an
doesn't.
arrow.
And because we didn't clarify, I will allow you to do it this time. You got to
Right.
specify in the future, though, just so that I'm aware.
Okay.
But that's fine. Yes, you can use your arcane shot. Which one are you using?
Seek an arrow, since I missed. It's just gonna hit him.
It has a hit point left, so let's go ahead and tell me what the details of the demise are going to be.
I'm just gonna look at them and like I never miss. And I was just gonna go pew. and get
Just
him.
like you aim, you look away, you let go, and as you say this directly into the eyes of Mika, I never miss. And it hits over the top into this creature, destroying the core of it. And you can just kind of see like a brief flash of smoke as this thing crumples down to the ground.
She is convinced that he is part elf.
Alrighty. What's your next move? You want to continue through this area?
What is this room?
This room seems to be like a something between a meeting room and a research lab. You see, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
18.
18. It's hard for you to. Sorry, Runa, go ahead.
No.
Okay. It's hard for you to really follow the math on here because this is very high level stuff. Most of your magic ability just comes from an innate understanding of it. But from what you can gather, these people are creating a way of intensifying magic to the point where it gets locked inside of a vacuum and gets stronger as it bounces off of each other, and until it reaches a breaking point, it is then released, causing a huge explosion. The math is not adding up right. There's
Is a magical atomic bomb.
This is essentially an atom bomb in a cannon.
Nice.
I'm gonna take this time to take a healing potion.
Go right ahead.
Are there any like scrolls of research and stuff I can take?
Absolutely. You can grab a few different things, other schematics, some math, but none of them look like the blueprint for the actual cannon, just the busy work for the math behind it.
Okay.
Like proving the theory that it can be done.
Okay.
Kerbal goes ahead and pops open a healing potion, drinks it, cherry flavored, oddly. Anything else would like to do in this room?
Mako will step out of the doorway so that everybody can get in and out easier.
Alrighty. You guys want to go into this area? You can go down these hallways and kind of check out what things are going on there.
Yeah. Kerbal first again.
Yeah, I'll start stealthing.
Go ahead, stealth.
Okay, see if I can. Ooh. 23.
23, okay. You go ahead and you move along the corridors of this area and look out, and you see there are several holes in the wall that look like they've been sealed up. It looks, just make a perception check for me real quick.
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay, you notice 4 things about this room. 1, that there are a lot of bolt holes that have recently been disturbed. 2, the area surrounding looks like papers and things were flown about, and that, from what you can see, there were people occupying these areas before. Number 3, off to the right-hand side of this room, you can see a very large cannon. It looks like it has, I want you to imagine Zarya's cannon from Overwatch, only on a larger scale. Like, I'm talking 40 feet long, massive, and with a ovulating greenish purple core in the center of it. You also see a railing above you, and below it, a cage with a coiled mechanical being of some sort.
The first one you said there was bullet holes.
Bolt holes, so like areas for people to escape from.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like the place had been blown up afterwards, and that rock had fallen to eliminate any way for you to find them, like to fall in without having to move the rocks first.
Got it. Okay. They're not with me, right?
They are not, no.
Cool. I'm gonna go back and tell them all of that.
Okay. She relayed this information to the party.
Did you see anybody in there?
No, it looked like people vaulted recently through the vault holes.
Was the mechanical beast you saw active, or did it just seem to be like there?
It was in a cage.
In a cage. But was it like awake? Like, was it working?
Was it moving?
You did not see it move.
Okay.
I didn't see it move, but it could have been asleep. Or like, I don't know how mechanical wolves work, but
Any paperwork down there?
yes. What? How do you know that?
You just told us.
It's a secret agent.
Well, we might as well just move in, I guess, if there's nobody there.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back and look through some of the papers and see if there's any, blueprints that I missed.
Sure, absolutely you can. Does the entire party want to accompany, or do you just want to scout on your own again?
I'd go with her. Unless she wants to go in like super stealthy.
No, yeah, you guys can go. Yeah.
Okay. The 4 of you move into the room. Go ahead and everybody make investigation checks for me.
12 for Hariel.
19.
That's a solid 9.
17.
Okay. Runic, it takes some doing, but eventually you guys, passing over each of the documents, finally do come across a large blueprint of this particular device that you guys see in front of you with instructions on how to build it. This appears to be what you're looking for. As you pick this document up, you hear the sound of clapping above you. You turn to look and you see a gnomish figure who has on a gas mask, goggles, and there we go. goggles, gas mask, and some kind of helmet on top that is wide brimmed. And she says, "So, guess we were found out after all. So, which ones do you work for? Reland? Or are you Freenish?"
Gonna look at him. It's like, are you gonna kill us?
Probably, but that's all negotiable if you decide to be more cooperative.
Nobody. We're independent.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's you. You don't have the best hideout. You kind of just have the thing out here in the first room of your hideout.
He's got a point.
She says, "I agree. Those two idiot fools that we have to protect this area were easy contract hires. I'm surprised you got past the defenders, though. Those are my invention, believe it or not. I used to make warforges back in the day, but sadly, once the war closed down, it didn't seem like there was a need to keep creating automatons with sentience. So I moved into different business. Tell me, you've got blueprints for my little prototype there. It's inferior, but what's your plan with them? You just gonna sell them off to the highest bidder?"
Wow, you're quite aggressive.
I have no issues about what I'm doing down here. Just what people like thieves plan to do with it.
The math looked interesting.
The math is something of a revelation that I had. My cousin was in the Syrian army. When it went down, it took him with it. And ever since I've been trying to find a way to combat some such destructive power. That this cannon is a good first step, but I've had a couple other revelations since then. Those documents are probably going to be worth something to someone, but you're just going to be putting a bigger gun in the hands of a known enemy.
While she's talking, can I do a quick insight perception check of how she would plan to kill us if we attacked, other than just her, could she blow us up, or what is the threat here?
Make a perception check.
23.
23. You kind of looking around to see if there's any explosives or traps or anything. And then your eyes kind of settle on the coiled mechanism in front of you and the cage that looks like it's operated with a small little arcane symbol on it. It looks like this thing is a construct that can be activated.
The mechanical, wolf or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the weapon is right there too, right?
Yeah, to the right. But it's not pointed at you guys at all. It's just aligning the wall. It's pretty big.
Does it look like it could be used at any moment by her, or?
It looks like it's wrapped up in chains, and it looks like it can be hoisted up past the ceiling to a certain point. But it doesn't look like it's operated by a single person pressing a button.
Got it. And then, okay. And with that weapon, can I tell if it could be easily destroyed by the weapons that we currently have?
Make an investigation check real quick.
19.
So you've stolen a lot of things in your time, lots of different types of metals. You recognize adamantine struts when you see them. It looks like you could probably destroy them with a lot of time and effort, but with mundane weapons, it would be extremely hard to. This thing, with the amount of destructive power that it puts out, is probably... It probably has to have a frame that's well reinforced in order to fire.
Got it.
The masked gnome kind of walks around. She says, "Tell me, have you considered what it is you're doing here? I mean, you're going to be taking pure destructive force." Yes, Runic.
While they're talking, I'm just gonna cast prestidigitation and put a sniper mark on their forehead, just all the time.
Okay. It'll appear there, but I mean, she won't notice that it's on there.
Yeah, I'm
unless,
just gonna
like,
hit Harry. I was like, look, that's what I'm gonna shoot.
I snort.
she's like, consider this. That thing in the wrong hands can be weaponized and put against everyone there. Now, if you have someone half as smart as me, it might take them 6 months to fully develop what I'm planning. But you're just taking a weapon and putting it into the hands of someone else. Do you trust the person who you're grabbing this for? Do you trust them with the lives of everyone that you know? Because that's what you're putting up here right now.
You know, you're talking a lot of sorry, character voice. You're talking a lot of morals for someone who built the weapon.
I
Yeah.
was going to ask, what makes your hands the right ones?
Because I'm the one building them. I have
That doesn't
responsibility.
justify anything.
I'm saying I have responsibility for this, and that if there ever came a time where we knew what happened to Seer and what caused the Mournland, we have something to combat it. But the less people know about it, the better.
Yeah, but who are you planning to destroy and kill and murder?
No one. But if we ever come across something that was powerful enough to take out an entire kingdom, we at least have a weapon to fight back with it instead of subjugating ourselves.
But by creating it, it makes everyone basically want to go into nuclear war.
I don't know what nuclear is, but no.
Fuck. Like,
All I wanted was a deterrent. And I built it. And I don't know if it belongs to any one country. I don't even know if it belongs to me. But all I know is that I can make it better. And I can use it to defend against some of the more awful things that exist on Kobert.
Yeah, but what gives you authority to decide what an awful thing is?
Everyone is entitled to something that they build. If you crafted yourself nice shoes or a fine hat, you would say that it's your hat or shoes, wouldn't you? Well, you can apply that to what I built here, what me and my team spent the last few months developing.
Yeah, but nice hat or nice shoes isn't going to kill possibly a bunch of other people.
exactly.
She kind of nods at that. She's like, you might be right. Maybe this thing is too dangerous for any one person to own. The fact of the matter is, I can replicate all this here in a few months. So even if you do make it away with my little prototype or the plans for it, maybe it is safer that way that someone else has it besides myself. Of course, I'll just figure out a way to make it stronger. Maybe the right temperature or the right particles or enough dragon shards to really power this thing. Just need the funding, really. Go ahead. Kerbal and then Ariel.
By crafting a weapon of mass destruction, you're creating more and more enemies that are going to want to kill you or take it. So you're really just doing the opposite of what you want. You probably have a lot less enemies if you didn't create a weapon of mass destruction.
The only enemies who found us are you guys, and it probably took whoever hired you a while to find us. And maybe you're right. Maybe it'll just cause problems for me later on in the line, but I can't just not do anything with this information. And if you're dead, then no one else will probably find out about this little place. And she goes ahead and she takes out a spell shard and presses a button on it, and you see the cage in front of you guys open up and begin to uncoil, and you see this mechanical construct, like an iron cobra, kind of rear up. She says, maybe you'll die here, or maybe it'll just cover enough time for me to escape, but it was nice seeing you. Hope we don't have to again. And she kind of like just tips her white brim hat.
Wait, I didn't get to speak.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Ariel, go ahead.
First of all, what's your name? Can we talk person to person? And out of character, can I use my rustic hospitality feature to help put her at ease?
Are you folk hero background?
I'm a folk hero background, yeah.
So am I. Can I
nice.
assist?
Yeah, I my hands over like, hey, can we just talk real quick?
She the construct kind of rears up and its eyes begin to glow yellow, and she says, talk. Go ahead and both of you make persuasion checks. This would be a disadvantage because she sees you as threats, but you would get a straight roll because of your rustic hospitality feature, which I cannot believe is working in this case.
I get a straight roll?
You get a straight roll, the both of you do.
Can I use Ties of Chaos to give myself advantage?
Yes.
At 12. This was
At 20.
persuasion, right?
What'd you get?
I got a nat
Yeah.
20.
All right.
It was a
I was
13
like,
and a
mine doesn't
20.
even matter anymore.
And I tell her, like, hey, you're obviously really smart, and I don't completely get this math, but I do understand that you're harnessing a lot of energy, and you could have used that math to make something for the better of all people, like energy, instead of making a weapon. I think violence only begets violence here. And I know you want a deterrent, but the truest deterrent to all violence is a world where peace can be attainable.
She kind of chuckles at that. She says, "You're using a pretty empty rhetoric here. Saying that there's good upon all the humanoids who walk on Covair is a pretty shallow excuse. A decade ago, everyone was trying to kill each other. The dragon marked houses were trying to make money off of it, and all that I got for it was a lost cousin." And
Yes, but we can learn.
yeah, and I could probably use this for energy and to sustain people or create, I don't know, something. But the truth is, I don't think the world is going to benefit from this, because the moment that you give them something good, they ask who gets it first. But with this, everyone shuts up and listens. Everyone gets real calm and starts to listen to everything that you say when you're about to activate a weapon. See, watch this. And she goes ahead and she presses another thing on the spell shard, and you hear just the hum of this machine next to you guys. She says, "Now, that might take a little while to warm up, but if it fires in about, say, 10 minutes, it'll probably take out most of the people on this island, wouldn't you say?"
Look, lady, you may kill us, but I just told my entire network of criminals all about this before walking in, so ha.
Ha, indeed. Now I definitely have to kill you. Runic.
She's standing on like a little area.
She's on a
above us, right?
platform roughly about 20 feet up, yeah.
How does a platform look? Like wonky, like hardy?
It's supported with metal struts built into rock wall.
How much damage would a walloping arrow do to that?
Walloping arrow affects this. It would just hit with an extra, I'd say, if you're hitting like a stabilized target, like what I'm trying to say, structure, I would add an extra 10 damage onto it. So if you get over a certain threshold, you can break it. He's playing the math in his head. He's weighing his options. I know that luck. I have that luck.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
She says, "Look, who do you work for, and who did you send your message to? Because I really don't like to leave loose ends."
Every criminal on this island.
Everyone on this island is a criminal. That doesn't help me out.
Exactly.
Well, tell you what. She dangles the little spell shard over and presses a small button and drops it. You see the metal snake kind of open up its mouth, and you see the shard go inside of its mouth. And Kaloshi says, "You've got about 10 minutes. Best of luck." And she turns and she starts walking down the hallway. The machine looks down, and the eyes turn from orange to red. Everyone roll initiative.
As a free action, can I call out after her and say something?
Sure. What do you want to say?
Hey, look, I know you're leaving and all, and we're probably gonna try not to die here, but I hope you think about what I said.
Let's see how that goes later on. Let me go ahead and roll a quick d20.
I like to think that all people are good on the inside.
I love that. I love that
That's
innocence. I'm about to break that innocence.
Oh, yikes.
Alrighty. Well, now, Pard, who got 25 to 20?
21.
Blackjack for
Nice.
Kerbal. 19 to 15.
Oh.
Cool. 14 to 10.
13
Oh,
for me.
13 for...
I think we
I was
established.
like, somebody say something.
I think that we established this last time. I think it'll go first Runic and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
then Hariel. Okay, and then finally, nothing changes with Mika.
A 6 this time. We're just
Chugging along.
it's great, but in the reverse direction.
All right. Kerbal,
It's fine.
Runic, Hariel, and Mika. First up, we have Kerbal. Kerbal, what you want to do?
So it's basically just the mechanical dog, right? And then
Snake.
that weapon.
Oh, this is
Snake?
now. Yeah.
Okay.
Why did it have to be snake?
And that weapon it blows up the whole area in 10 minutes.
What you heard is, that basically this thing will go off, and from the destructive power that you heard from Avane earlier, it could create a crater about 100 yards long.
Do I see any way to stop it, like turn it off?
You can do an investigation check on this advanced piece of machinery to see if there is a shutoff switch. But you also did see like the device she used to power up go into the mouth of the snake.
Oh, cool. In that case, I am going to run up to the snake and dagger.
Sounds good to me. Here we are. You want to be about here?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have sneak attack on this, right? I can't like
Nick.
sneak.
I'm gonna say no. It does perceive you.
Got it. 18.
18. Okay, that will hit. Damage.
Okay, so damage for that one is 5.
Okay. You go ahead and use, with the same strategy you had before with the Iron Defenders, you look for the intervals where the armor kind of has an opening. You strike into the side of this creature. It doesn't wince. It doesn't feel pain, but it does definitely take the damage from it as you see a small spark from within it. Go ahead and do your second attack.
18 again.
18. Does hit. Damage.
That is a 1.
Okay. This one you kind of go for the same area, but the kinks in the armor begin to close up just as you are striking into it, and you only get a small portion of its inner workings. Damage be damage, though. Bonus action or movement? Oh, well, you do bonus action with the offhand attack.
Yeah, I'll just stay there.
Sounds good. Next up, we have the machine itself. It is going to go ahead and move 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit the rogue. Hey, 16 plus 5, 21 to hit?
Yep.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and give you, let's call it 7 points of piercing damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
7 or 7D?
No, 7. Goodness gracious.
I was like, I heard 70. I was like, that can't be right.
It's a one-hit kill for all of us. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great day.
You said con save?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. 11.
Okay, so now we go ahead and have you, I should do this randomly. You're going to suffer an effect from its poison. Okay, you are going to take confusion. On your next turn, you have to use your action to make one weapon attack against a creature randomly within 30 feet of you using whatever weapon is in your hand, and moving beforehand if necessary to get into range. So basically, as this thing bites into you, you can feel the poison kind of surge through your body. On your turn, roll a d4. On any number but a 4, you're going to hit one of your friends, and we'll go ahead and get there. If you roll 4, you hit the snake.
Got it.
All right. It's going to go ahead and use the rest of its action to. Where do I want to go? Lots of places to go. How far can you move? 30 feet? Do I want to risk an attack of opportunity from the. Yeah, sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right over here. That way I can at least funnel in everyone. Okay. If you want to take an attack of opportunity, Laura, I'll say that you can do this before the confusion fully sets in.
Oh, I can? Oh, sweet. I'll do that. 22.
22 hits and damage.
6.
Oh, jeez. That did worse damage to me than your actual... Okay. As it's leaving away, you jam a dagger right into the tail section and hear a clicking sound inside of it as it kind of begins to slither away quickly. Next up, we have Runic. What's the plan?
I'm number 2, right? I'm going to go kind of directly on top of the snake, directly north of it. and probably pull back maybe 15 feet. Like I'm gonna try to have like the wall behind me. I'm just gonna shoot at it.
Alrighty, so then let's say that's 5, 15, 20, 25. And go ahead and fire.
That's going to be a 21.
21. Okay, hits and damage.
That's going to be is that a 1? Okay, so that's going to be 4.
4 points of damage. Okay.
4 points of piercing damage. Quick question.
Yes.
Does the machine snake have like a resistance to mundane weapons?
It does. It has poison, bludgeoning, and piercing and slashing from non-magical attacks that aren't adamantine.
Okay, my short bow is a +1 magical weapon.
It does, but it is also not adamantine.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, kid.
Right. And that's gonna be it for my turn.
Cool. Next up, we have Ariel.
Ooh, please
Ariel.
move me to H11.
H11 it is.
I forget those.
And I was listening to you like give cardinal directions. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's G11, isn't that? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's hit him with the old 1-2. I'm gonna cast Firebolt. And I'm also going to spend 2 sorcery points to cast a Quickened Scorching Ray.
Nice.
All right, so that is 4 attacks, baby.
Wait. Okay, hold on. So the breakup of this. Quicken spell means that you can cast.
I turn it into a bonus action.
Yes. So that's what you're going to do with your Scorching Ray. And your cantrip is still a cantrip, so that's good. How do you get 4 attacks then? Oh, Scorching Ray has 3 beams. Shit, dog, hit me.
All right. Firebolt is a 19.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right. First Scorching Ray is a 12.
Does not hit.
Second Scorching Ray is it's not going to hit. Third Scorching Ray is also not going to hit.
Oh.
Well.
Roll D20 for wild magic.
That's a 10.
Okay.
Wow, that sucked.
Yeah, it did.
Damn.
Do your damage.
That's 1 fire damage.
Yes. It sounded really good, man. It sounded really good in your head.
Actually, no. I'm going to wait, no, I can't do that. Never mind.
All right. That's 1 fire damage from Firebolt. What else? What else you got?
And that is it.
What about the Scorching Ray?
I didn't hit any of them.
You hit with a 19 on the second one.
No, I didn't.
No.
What?
There was never.
Okay, hey man, you just want to do 1 damage, fine by me. I swear
It's called integrity, Bradley. What?
I could have sworn I heard you hit the second time.
No.
Our viewer, like the one, is watching this and being like, "No, this is what happened, you dumb idiot." And we won't know who's right because they'll just be yelling at the screen. Okay. Well, hey, it was a good. It sounded like a really good move.
It did.
Next up, we have Mika. Oh shit.
What?
I'm in melee range with Mika. It's not great.
You're gonna. No, I have to move forward to.
Yeah, I know, but you have enough speed to do so.
I do. I have a measly 25 feet, but all I needed was 5. Let's go.
You're gonna rage? How many rages have you done today?
2. So I have 1 more. This is bonus action rage, and then swinging with that great axe. Only a 15.
15 hits.
Excellent. D12. 13 points of damage.
Jeez.
But it's piercing from
don't
a
worry.
regular.
Don't worry. Damage. You're good. Alrighty. You go ahead and run up behind this thing and like strike into the rattling part of this thing's carriage. And as you do, it goes deep into this creature's adamantine covering. You pull out the axe and you see it kind of like rear back and like its eyes kind of blink at you. But I mean, you raged, action, movement, anything else?
It's trying to run away from us, right?
You don't know what its intent is.
Okay. Screw it. I'll move up to I6.
Alrighty.
That's H6.
What am I doing looking at the
It's
screen?
okay.
There you go.
Just to try and like get in front of it and be like, what you want? You going, snake?
Sounds good.
Bro. Just so that way, if it tries to like get away, I can hopefully get an attack of opportunity.
Roger Dodger. That's all your movement. Kerbal, currently you can still oh, look at that. So you can only hit either, yeah, I'd say your clearest shot is either going to be the snake or the, who's number 3? Oh, or Hariel. Go ahead and roll a d4. On an odd, you hit the snake. On an even, you hit Hariel.
1.
Okay, odd. So you hit the snake. Go ahead and roll an attack roll at the snake. You can choose to run up to it if you'd like, or throw the dagger.
Oh, I can run up to it?
Oh yeah, you can use your movement to get there.
Okay, cool. I'll run up to it and flank it on the opposite side.
You have advantage no matter what because of my Path of the Totem Warrior. So you don't necessarily have to be flanking. If it's a melee attack, you'll get
How
advantage
much
anyway.
speed do you have, Kerbal?
I have +3 to. Yeah, I might not be able to get all the way there.
Yeah, that's about as close as you can get to it.
Where is it? I have 25.
Yeah, that's the closest you're gonna get. Short boys.
The curse of the shorties.
You can still throw your dagger at it, and since there's a friend within 5 feet of it, you will get sneak attack.
Okay, cool. I'll throw both my daggers at it and get sneak attack.
Go for it.
And just worry about getting those later. First one is 22.
That'll hit.
And that damage is 6, 7, 15.
15, okay.
And the second one doesn't hit.
Okay.
13 doesn't hit, right?
So 13 actually does hit, yeah.
Oh, then yeah, sweet. Then it's another 2 damage.
Cool. So you go ahead and pull up your 2 daggers into one hand and toss them. The first one embedding itself deep into the back of it, the other one just hitting off the side of it, but creating an opening for future hits to make its way in. But that's your action, your bonus action, and your movement. I think you're done.
Done, yeah.
Also, I'm reading this. The poison effect would no longer be affecting you. So that's cool. I'm gonna bite the dwarf.
Let's go.
Alrighty, that is
Second
a
boy.
13.
Miss, my armor class is 15.
Okay, so this thing is going to go ahead and try to bite you. As it rears its huge claws, you can see like this weird mixture coming out of its fangs. And as it reaches down towards you, you kind of like swipe up at the teeth to kind of like push its head away. You do no damage, but you deflect the attack.
Get off.
I'm not super happy with how that went down.
We're being attacked by a mechanical snake. I don't think anybody's happy.
I'm just gonna go ahead and move around so I'm like, no, you. And
Come at me, bro.
Now I have someone blocking me. Great. Next up, Runic. You've got everything in your way.
All right, I am going to.
Rip.
I'm just gonna make sure everybody can hear me and be like, I don't miss. I'm gonna do Seek an Arrow.
Okay.
And you'll have to make a dexterity check. Save. Sorry.
Okay. It gets advantage on magical effects. On spells or other magical effects. This is a magical effect, I'm guessing, correct?
I would assume so, yeah.
11 and a 3. 11 plus 3, 14.
It passes it, but you take half damage.
And the damage?
Damage would be, that's 8 plus 3. That's 11. So
Reduced
half.
down to. Is it piercing damage still?
it would be force.
Force damage?
Force and piercing. So it's an extra 1d6 of force, and then the original damage from the arrow.
Okay, so break that up for me. How much was the force damage?
I'm gonna say that was a 2.
Okay.
So one force damage.
No. Force damage would actually just hit it straight on.
Oh.
The piercing damage would be reduced in half, though. So the other bit of that would be what?
So 9 divided by half.
So another 4 points damage. Just want to do this by the rules. I dodged the neckbeards. You're like, hey, he didn't do this right. Anyway. Okay. So as you fire this arrow, it sails around Kerbal's ear, underneath Mika's leg, and it strikes up into this creature that was has the hole made from the opening that the dagger had made and been widened by others' damage attacks. That's action. Do you want a bonus action or a movement?
No, there's nothing I can do.
Hariel, you're up.
Where do I have to move to get a clear shot?
Ooh, that's a bad question. You got full body 5 to 10.
That was an excellent question.
You can go right here, and you probably have a clear shot.
All right. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray again.
Okay, roll.
All right, let's go. Hopefully
Mika's
this works out.
flatten herself against the wall, like.
Hopefully this works out better. 18.
That'll hit.
Oh, 18 again.
That'll hit.
I rolled 3 18s in a row, Bradley.
You're gonna break your table. Stop.
All right.
Roll Tides of Chaos.
Oh crap.
Roll Wild Magic.
Yeah.
Show me on your webcam. Don't lie to me.
How do it's my laptop. We're gonna try this very quickly.
Put me down. Yes.
Oh, his computer died.
Oh no.
You made him kill his computer.
Nah, he'll open it and reestablish the connection in like 5 seconds. But I'm willing to take that. I love that it stopped on this shot too.
Right?
Perfect. I'll go ahead and start rolling up.
This is
Wild
the
Magic.
greatest.
I'm gonna check out sorcery stuff. Oh, there's so many good things.
Oh.
Isn't it a D100 now?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, wild magic.
What did he roll? A 1?
He rolled a 1. He had to roll the 1.
Oh.
Yeah, I did roll the 1.
Oops.
64. Those of you following along. Excellent.
What's that?
He cast Fog Cloud on himself.
Okay, that's not
He
the worst.
hit with 3 18s, and he has Fog Cloud casted on himself. So, those of you unfamiliar with Fog Cloud, give me just a second to get back in.
I think it sucks for me.
20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. It spreads around corners and it is heavily obscured. It lasts for 1 hour, and if a place is heavily obscured, I believe that creates disadvantage on all attack rolls towards it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking it up to confirm. Plus, we need to get our boy back real quick. And he's back.
Would that... Okay, well, wait. We'll let him hear it first.
Hello.
Hello.
So I forgot my laptop. Her name is Lilith, and she's really old. So when she gets moved while she's on, she crashes. You know what I should have done was take a picture with my phone and then show you the picture.
Yes.
That would have been really smart.
I rolled for your wild magic while you were gone. You casted
Thank you.
Fog Cloud on yourself.
On myself.
Is, which if you are heavily obscured, let's see, and it wraps around for about 20 feet. I'm looking for heavily obscured. I probably should just look this up on the computer. I'm just going to rule that anyone making an attack within here has disadvantage unless they have like true sight.
What is the range?
Including the snake?
20 feet radius. So
Oof.
Ooh.
5, 10, 15, 20. So everyone from here onwards is obscured in fog. So,
But that
you
happens
see-
after my Scorching Ray, right?
No, it happens instead of.
Wait, is that what happens?
I'm gonna read it up real quick. I just checked it out. I've never done this before. Look, this is the thing that you always hope for in a game of D&D.
Wild magic is great.
It's true. All right. Starting when you choose this.
Immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell.
How about that? So if that's
Even better.
the case, you
Yeah,
know
so
what?
I've already casted Scorching Ray.
Look at that. Go ahead and do your damage for all 3 of your 18 Scorching Rays.
Isn't
after
Scorching
you-
Ray one of like the more damaging spells too?
Yeah, it's like a 2d6, so that's a 66.
Yeah.
Oh, grab.
That's-
I need to
That
open my
is, in
sheet
fact, how
again.
math works.
66?
All right, let's go. 1. Oh god, it was on the
1.
laptop.
See, there it is. That's
6.
Wait, did that roll on the floor?
No, it like I have a laptop standing one underneath it.
You're good.
So that was 1, 6, 11, 17, 18,
Oof.
20 points of damage. Fire damage.
Fire damage.
Okay. What are the details of its demise?
Oof.
Oh.
Yes.
So as I collect this font of fire within my hands, fog exits the pores of my body unconsciously,
Ew.
begins to swirl all around us. And then as I cast the spell, all 3 rays of blinding fire burst past Mika, and they leave little vacuums of air inside the fog that you can see and the fog settles back into it. But through those little vacuums of air, you can see the snake screaming in pain as the fire melts away parts of its chassis.
Excellent. As you destroy, Mika, you're right in front of this thing as it happens, and all these strikes hit it on the side. And as it melts, this thing kind of like starts to malfunction and eventually just breaks down, separating into 4 separate pieces from being hit 3 different times. If you want to make an investigation check, you can do so with disadvantage in the fog cloud for the device.
Wait, Mika,
Yes.
punch me.
Okay, I punch him in the arm.
Does the fog cloud count? Because it's a concentration spell. Is it based on my concentration, or does it just exist as a thing?
I think it exists as a thing.
Okay, never mind then. I just get punched.
Oh.
I stop
She
and go,
doesn't.
I messed up. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just
do I have to roll to hit him?
If he's willing
Or-
to let you do it, you could just hit him.
I was like, I don't want to like
Yeah.
damage him.
So
But
it'll be 1 plus your strength plus your rage, since you're still raging.
oh,
just knocks him out.
strength.
It's gonna be, I think, like
6?
6 points of damage.
Yeah, 6 points of damage.
All right, I fall
Alrighty.
to the floor, and I get back up, and I look Mika in the eyes, and I see that the fog hasn't dissipated, and I go,
Why did that work? Did it help?
no. As
Oh.
we're standing in the fog, no.
What's great is that she had to have uppercutted you, like haymaker style, because she's shorter than you.
I just go, I'm sorry.
It's no,
My
I
bad.
asked you to. It's
I know, but I'm sorry, it didn't work. I just pat him where I punched him very gently.
actually I have an idea.
The sounds of the machine are getting louder and louder.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
well, I
Mika,
know.
get out of the way.
Oh.
Yes.
I wanna see if I can find the device within that she dropped into the snake's mouth.
Okay. So go ahead and make an
Like
investigation.
retrieve it.
Make an investigation check at disadvantage because of the
Oh
fog cloud.
shoot. I ask, can anybody help me find that device?
Wait, get out of the hallway real quick. I have an idea.
Oh, can
need
I
everyone
drag the snake's
15 feet
body
away from me.
away
Yeah.
from the
Uh,
fog so that I can see it better?
Technically still raging. Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage because you are raging.
Up. 18?
18. You were able to
Oh wait,
grab
athletic.
on.
Yeah, 18.
You're able to grab onto the head of this thing and drag it down the hall around the corner so that you are both here and out. Well, actually,
Oh, I was gonna do it the other direction to go
Yeah.
into the room with everybody.
all right. So now the device is next. Now the head of this creature and a lot of the trailing parts are next to you and the device out of the fog cloud. If you'd like to make your investigation checks, they're no longer at disadvantage.
Okay.
Go.
As soon as this comes out, I'll be like, is it dead?
Yes, I'm trying to find the device in its mouth. Oh, that could have been good. It's only an 8 for me.
Okay, you cannot seem to find it in the head compartment of this thing. Anyone else want to make an investigation
Feel
check?
like I'll tell
I'll
Ker-
try.
Yeah, I'll tell Kerbal. You had small hands. Try it.
Go
Got
for it.
it.
Small hands.
Oh no! It was cocked right at like 20 and 14. Not 20.
Alrighty.
Ew.
You are able to look inside of this thing and you pull out this spell shard. They're essentially like iPhones in the modern day, like you can write on them. They're like infinite pages. As you're pulling this thing out, you notice that half of it has been destroyed through like a fire melting around the spell shard. It looks inactive.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now
Did
what?
you find it?
Yeah, it doesn't look great though.
You all see this device and it's clearly like it has a small burnt hole on the side of it.
Ooh.
Like, wait, where's Hario?
Hi.
He appears from the fog.
I have an
We
idea.
have the blueprints. We need the blueprints.
Oh God, we don't have the blueprints.
Oh no, they're out on the.
Oh, they're
you
out on
guys,
the- okay.
I
Yeah,
was
they're
like,
they're in front
where's
of
the
the cannon
Okay.
itself. You can
Can I
grab
grab
those.
those and stuff them in my pack?
Yes.
Sweet.
Is the cannon
Got
still
it.
winding up in power?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I have an idea, but I'm gonna need you guys to grab the blueprints and move to the other side of the room.
Got him.
Seeing what happened, make it quickly
Okay.
just goes to the other side. Just
Yeah.
gets
Okay.
lost.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
pat Harry on the back. Be like,
Okay.
if this goes wrong, I'm running away.
Yeah, you should. Actually, I think you all should go outside.
I go
Are you
outside.
so-
She doesn't need to be told twice.
Alrighty.
All right.
Who has the blueprints? I want to make sure, like, who's
Kerbal.
grabbed them. All right, Kerbal has the blueprints.
And I have the shard, the control
Yes.
shard.
Okay.
Okay. Is everyone outside?
Yep.
Dear Lord Jesus, Bradley,
Can we
this is
exit the building?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go outside. I'm gonna like pretend and then like
you're
try
gonna
to
watch.
hide. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
no.
Bradley.
Okay.
This is what we're gonna do. This is
Nika and I
This is it.
exit the building.
This is it.
Okay.
I've got 2 level 1 spell slots left. I'm going to
Okay.
convert those to sorcery points.
Okay.
So I have 3 sorcery points. I'm gonna spend the 3 sorcery points to get a level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
I take the shard in my hand
Uh-huh.
and I put my arm inside the barrel of the cannon with the
Okay.
sky shard in my hand
Uh-huh.
and I cast Scorching Ray.
Wait, what?
I'm
Okay.
concerned.
You're going to blow up the core of this device?
Yes.
You're
That's-
reasoning that if it hasn't reached its full mass, that the explosion will be
And also
diminished,
because
correct?
I'm like inside, my arm is inside the thing. So
Yep.
hopefully the explosion
Mhm.
plus the sky shard, yep.
Yes.
And we're just gonna hope with all of our dear hearts and minds that I don't die in the process.
You realize this is in fact a super weapon that you are blowing up at this time, correct?
Oh, this
You know,
escalated so
Sacrifice
quickly.
for the greater good is what we do in this house.
In this house.
Whose house do you live in?
A house full of heroes and tales of old.
Okay.
I support this. I think
Unless
that's
anyone
great.
else, okay.
I very protectively stand over Kerbal as best as I can outside. Just
And
like,
somebody start playing Mad World in the background.
Unless anyone else has a better idea to stop this thing.
nope.
I mean,
go
I
for
did
it.
want to destroy the device, so I'm there for that, but also don't want you to die.
All right.
Okay.
So
Here's mechanically speaking. Jeez.
I'll be on
can't-
standby with that potion.
God. You realize you'll need a body in order to put that potion down the throat of, correct?
Yes, but I can hope.
Okay. Mechanically speaking, this thing covers 100 yards of space. 100 yards, of course, being 12. It's 3 feet. So
Pretty
effectively 300 feet. So a radius of 60 feet would be taken out from its full power blast, right? So I need to do some quick math. Hang on.
Quick math.
60
Yay,
feet.
math.
Alrighty, at 60 feet, that's full power. And it can only create like well, no, that's not correct. No. It would be triple that amount, right? It's no. It's, why did I make it yards? That's 300 feet. No, it's 300 feet. So
Yeah.
Radius of 150 feet. Okay. That's at full power. You guys have been fighting for what was roughly about a minute. You did this at about the 5-minute mark. So it's at 1/12 of its power. Charlotte, what is 150 divided by 12?
I don't know.
It would
12.5.
Okay, it would take out roughly 15 feet of everything around it and probably destroy the device in the process since it's at this level. The thing is that everything within that 15 feet is considered like to be gone. Hariel, are you sure you would like to do this? Yes, Runic.
Would I know?
There's no way you can understand the math. The reason I said all that is because Hariel needs to hear it to know what the stakes are. He looked at the Arcana. He knows what would happen. I will allow you to do this.
I'm an arcane archer.
Okay.
I have proficiency in Arcana.
Okay.
Do the math.
Sure. You want to go in there and really quickly do the math? Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
9.
You have no idea. This is a hard moment for you right now.
I think that there is no point to me trying to convince that gnome that all people can strive to be good if I do not choose to do this.
Okay. Make a dex save. Yes.
What am I seeing here?
You're watching him like convert like an essence of power that he's deriving from a plane of chaos into a different spell, which he is then focusing into his hand. And you see the familiar casting of Scorching Ray. As he places his arm in there, he's about to let it loose. The magic is accepted and blasted into this area, and you see it kind of warm up for a moment. And there are moments that pass by where he can jump out of the way. Let's see if he can do it.
18.
Ooh.
Okay. There is a shockingly loud sound and a blinding blast that occurs from this detonation that caves in the area from the top side from where Kerbal and Beaker are standing. From your perspective, Runic, you are blasted back out onto the stairs and sustain about 16 points of bludgeoning damage from just the force alone. As you kind of look to go back into the bunker, you see like the caving in of this entire area, and it completely falls inward on itself. A large portion of the island or the small crater was created, but it could have been so much larger had nothing been done.
I want to go and see if Hariel's alive.
Go ahead and make
See if
a
I can
investigation
find him.
check.
I go with her.
Go for it. Investigation check.
16 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Not 20.
Cool.
Yeah, killing it.
He's
Okay.
kidding it.
Alrighty. You're looking at natural 20, but what's your ability on top of that?
I think it's a +2. Oh, +4.
Okay. Moving around the rocks, all you guys are thinking is as you're doing this is like, this is something that eviscerated like craters about 150 feet large and would definitely detonate. Like it would absolutely destroy everything around it. As you're moving these rocks around and hoping for the best, you're just thinking, what if there's not a body to find? And like once you start to reach the parts where like the machine itself is destroyed, it's only the partial bits of the cannon with the core completely destroyed. And as you're moving things aside, it is Kerbal who takes off a rock and sees the buried body of Hariel, missing his entire arm up to the shoulder. Make a medicine check.
Oh my god.
Runic?
Can I rush over there too? And if Kerbal, does Kerbal tell us anything?
I rolled that 20 again. I swear.
Yes.
You put 2 fingers onto his throat, checking to see the pulse like any good rogue, trying to make sure that their target is truly dead. But this time you're hoping for the opposite. You're waiting for anything, like the beat of anything to happen. There's just nothing there.
No. Can
And
I?
then you hear.
Oh.
You're on 2 death saving throws. Go ahead and make a third one.
I was gonna say, can I use the potion? I
Yeah,
still have mine.
Yeah, you can dump it down his gullet. Go for it.
Okay. If we can, I was like, find his face and I'll dump it down. It's 2D. What's a greater?
Yeah, it's greater.
44.
Plus 4.
44 plus 4. Okay. My other D4 escapes me. There it is. I rolled 3 4s and a 3. So that's
Fate's really
15
wants him
plus 4.
alive.
That's 19 points of healing.
You pour this health potion down the mouth of Hariel, and Hariel, you were brought back to life with a ringing headache and a searing pain on your left side. And looking, your arm did not regrow back with that health potion, but you're alive, damn it. You lived.
I look up at Kerbal and Mika and Runic, and I flash the hugest grin, and then I begin screaming.
Yes, Runic.
Can I use the healer's kit to try and patch him his
Absolutely.
lack of arm up?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make it yourself make a roll for medicine real quick.
Wild.
Medicine. That's going to be a 5.
5. Okay. You wrap basically under his armpit and the stub now, just a bunch of gauze. It holds barely together because you just tuck it over the side of it. But I mean, it hurts a lot, and your arm's not going to grow back, dude. Not without like magical help or getting a mechanical one, which exists in Eberron, by the way.
Yeah, I'll be like Bucky. It'll be fine.
Heck yeah.
All right, he's going to Winter Soldier this
Sick.
bitch. Okay, what do you guys like to do?
You
I'll
know?
get to a hospital.
Seek medical attention for Hariel first, and then take the blueprints back like we promised.
Okay, who's
Is
going with
everybody in
Hariel?
agreement?
Okay.
I'm going with Hariel.
I give the blueprints I got from the first room to Kerbal. Kerbal has the other ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Barely exist. A lot of them burnt at the edges. Lived.
But we agree that the best thing to do is to give the blueprints to Avane. Right?
Yeah.
You can find a Temple of Boldre nearby where they can adequately, and go ahead and mark off by like a platinum for this. They can go ahead and suture the wound as best as you can, as best they can. You need to get in touch with someone who could build you a mechanical arm, but you've got the funds to do it now, because as you arrive back at the Siren's Palace, just as dawn is beginning to approach, you are greeted at once by the guards, and for the sake of expediency, after you're pulled across the water and brought into the Siren's Palace once more, Avane greets the three of you, and he says, I hope it was a fortuitous adventure.
I mean, poor Hariel lost his arm for the sake of saving many. So if you want to compensate him for the further repair that he'll have to do to his body, that would be really, really nice.
Make a persuasion check.
10.
10. He says, I don't know if I can afford him a brand new arm, but I can definitely put him in touch with someone who can build him one for a fair and discounted rate.
I
But you
guess
did,
that's something.
in fact, get the blueprints.
Yeah.
May I see them?
Yes. And I hand over the ones I have.
He opens it up, looks it over, he says, this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I do know a few artificers who would gladly use this to better fund and create a weapon should they need to. You did well today. Thank you.
We also, Hariel destroyed their device.
Well, we didn't expect you to lift a cannon that size out there, but possibly we could have taken it for ourselves in about a month when we made our own incursion. Sadly, if there's not much to recollect, we'd have to start from scratch. We'll be months away from our own prototype, or whomever decides to use this type of weaponry.
a good thing.
If there's nothing else, I'll make sure that you are paid and on your way. You all now have 100 platinum, save for Hariel, who has 99, which equals out to about 1,000 gold. Hariel, you and I can be in touch later for how much it'll be for the arm.
Oh yeah.
And as you guys are leaving, there's another person who kind of approaches you, a gnome who kind of walks up and bumps into Kerbal and says, pardon me, and you feel them put something into your pocket.
Huh? And I reach in my pocket and look at it.
You have a note. It says, Dear Kerbal, I'm well. Pirate life suits me well. Bonkers, no blue, or hang on a second. Bunkers, no, but blueprints got me thinking. I sent out a couple of feelers and I heard about something called the Compromise. No idea what it's for, but the artificer is on her way to Valinor. Best wishes, Toggle.
Ooh. To Valinor?
Valinor, Valenor.
Got it.
Do you want to share this with the party?
Guys, I got a note from my accomplice. He says there's something called the Compromise, which I'm not really sure, but it sounds cool. And he's a real pirate now, so it's pretty awesome. And the artificer is on her way to Valinor, but I'm not sure what that means.
Do any of us know
Yeah.
what that means?
Artificer?
Only one of you. Hariel. Sorry, what's that?
Would I know the artificer? Or...
All four of you have met her as she walked out.
Oh.
The reason that you know this information is because Hariel looked over the blueprints and the math, and you can see that the weapon itself is called the Compromise. And with that, we are going to go ahead and conclude this episode of After Hours. We went a little long today, but we went a little short last week. So thank you all for playing. I had so much fun. Thank you, Corporate Streams, for putting us onto the internet. You guys are great. Did you guys have fun?
That was a fantastic story, Brad.
Thanks. I had a better monologue written up, but I was trying to desperately find the stats for the creature that was in the cage, and I was like, push books in him. But
come on the outside, panic on the inside.
Yeah, I had all these notes, and I feel like, shoot, should have had that like at the ready. But I had a lot of fun running this. I'm not. Gosh, it was just a lot of fun to do all this, and I hope that I can bring some of you guys back on for a future episode. I want to do more things like this where we just have several different parties in the same world moving towards the same stuff. And it was so much fun to have you guys on here. You guys were all great. I really like that I got to take someone's arm off. Hariel, I had to make a decision there, man. And I was like,
that's right. I was okay with dying.
I know. I wanted to make sure like people saw that too.
I'm glad that you survived, but I'm sorry you lost your arm.
It's fine. It's thematic. That's what counts. It's a good story. That's what counts.
It very much is. We're going to go ahead and discontinue this episode for tonight. Thank you all for watching and have a great one. Pause for the freeze frame. We'll never know if it happens.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do like, just this.
Oh.
What's up? We up?
What was already long? Are you talking about doing?
Yeah, like an afters. Do you?
I just want to know.
Okay. Alrighty.
They hate us. I'm just kidding.
It's Noah's got a few other engagements and he usually runs them at night because people all over the world need to stream